We're live, people.
People.
We're live. Hello.
Morning,
Welcome
Yeah,
back.
It's 11 o'clock, Bilge.
Yeah, everybody. Now we're in the U.S. Where's James and James?
I said
James got stuff
Jimmy's
on
not
there,
on yet at the moment. I don't know where he is, but maybe he should be awake.
Should be. I know
Sorry,
Jim,
mate.
unless he's doing the dog walking and stuff still.
Yeah, but not at this time of day, would he? Like,
Yeah.
yeah,
I mean,
but
could
not
be.
on the weekend.
I don't know.
I don't know. Jimmy might be doing some family stuff, so we don't know. How you been, mate? You recovering after your COVID?
Yeah, getting there. Still got a fair bit of fatigue, but other than that, not too bad.
Looking beautiful, mate. Love what you done with your hair with this morning.
Did you part it down the middle this time?
Polished.
Got the buffer sitting there.
Morning, Brody. And so it's just a bad hair day. I don't wear hats and bloody lids inside, but anyway, I don't care.
When I get mine cut off, I'll send it to you, Wayne.
Thanks.
I'll take a bit.
All right. I'll send you guys
Hang
also.
on, Jimmy's here. You're not walking the dog, Mr. Heineman.
Good evening, everyone. How are you?
Hey, RJ.
G'day.
Excellent. Excellent. Ed, how are you tonight?
Just asking where you were at.
Yeah, I was running a little late. I just woke up from a short nap. I had a long day and got home about 6:30. Got a little sleep and just got my coffee and well, here I am. Cheers.
Rock and roll hoochie coo.
Cheers. Rock and roll hoochie cooch. Okay.
Hi.
Well,
Hi.
And Paul, how's your week been, mate?
How's everybody doing out there?
We're
Not
doing
too
good.
bad, Nick.
I'm sorry, Jason. What'd you say?
We're seeing how Paul's week was.
Not too bad. I managed to squeeze a Lamborghini motor into a Camaro.
Well done. Anything else?
No, that's about it. Just plodding along.
Are you excited about anything for next week? Is it?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to trying out that pig primer and finally getting that bloody Tirana done.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, look, there it is, boys.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, that's nice, mate.
You have to put some of that in a box when you send me my
You keep
order.
saying that.
I know, because I see it and you keep teasing me with it.
There's always big bits
And
and
you
bobs.
send me pictures of it, and I'm like, what the hell?
You should have seen. I haven't had the chance to do the reaction, like the video and everything, because and it's I wanted to. The Instagram video went wild, but
Yeah.
I want to do one. I'm doing a spray out and everything like that, so I wanted to do that before I showed it live here, but it's out now. But yeah, it's crazy. But yeah. Hey, Bob, what have you been up to, mate? Ed.
Actually, working on the project, I 3D printed, I don't know if you guys can see them or not, some brake drums, and then I printed the whole backing plate.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I saw where you posted that on social.
I don't know if you can see it, but yeah, I did the brake drums. It's got the spring, the wheel cylinders. I 3D printed those, and I 3D printed the brake drums itself for the
Wow.
project. And then I did my own calipers, rotors, and it's all wired. I'm doing my custom bend stainless steel exhaust for it right now. But yeah, it's
Very
turning out
nice.
pretty good.
Very
Oh,
nice.
excited, man.
Mate, top Joe. James is on his way. He's 30 minutes south of Gingin now, so that's pretty cool. So
Nice.
yeah, he's coming up, and that'll be looking forward to spending some time with him. Bilge, what's your week been, mate?
I'm hating the cold.
Can we get an 1, 2, 3?
Oh, here, you see that? That's the world's smallest violin playing for you, buddy.
That's all right.
Yeah.
At least you're rubbing something for me. But no, it's, we're due for frosts this coming week, so it's going to get a lot bloody colder yet.
Besides that, work has been absolutely hectic. I'm just bouncing around all over the place, and I've just been too worn out of an afternoon to do much. So I've done 3/8 of F4.
Oh, well done. Wombat, besides recovering, have you done anything?
No, I did actually get out to the Australian Model Expo on Monday, just gone past, down at Sandown Racecourse. So that was actually a good day. I did post some of that on my Facebook site, so that was actually good. But
Yeah, it looked good, mate. Some of those photos, that you put up on YouTube are really good.
Yeah, so that was just the category winners and the special awards. I've actually got some video that I took wandering around, so I'm going to see if I can put that together and do a bit of a clip and put that up as well.
Yeah, mate. Look. I've spoken to a few people that went and entered, and there was a few. I won't bring it up on here, but I'll probably bring it up private. There's a lot of disgruntled people, let's just so to say, in the Australian modelling industry at the moment. But I go, well, we just play with plastic. Like, that's all we do.
It's not that serious.
Like, we're grown men that play with plastic.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
We're kids inside of grown men is what we are.
Jason, what in particular is everybody or people disgruntled about?
It's how would you call it being?
Just say it. You can say the C word.
In this country, and it's unfortunate. Hey, HT, it's like a monopoly. If you're not in with the boys' club, you're not going to go anywhere, kind of thing. You could have the best, but fourth or fifth best to win because you're not part of the club, so to speak. But there's a lot more to it, and I don't really want to get into it. I really don't. It's more private conversations to be able to deal with that. And if you guys here at the end, I can pass that on.
All right. Well,
what about you, Jimmy?
Well, I had a busy day. I went to a model contest swap meet in a suburb about 50. Well, not suburb. Different county, about 50 miles from where I live. So it was an early start for us. Me and my buddy, we went up there. We packed some models up there. We sold some, we bought some, and had a great time. Met a friend of mine who moved down to Alabama about a year ago. He traveled up here because he's visiting family. We're all from the Chicagoland area. He retired down to Alabama once he was done with his working career, and so he was up here, and all of us hung out at the place for a while. They had awards and a raffle, and I bought some stuff and I sold some stuff. So I had a great time. Got my list of goodies right here in front of me. I sold not much, but I bought a lot. So I got I'd say about $15 in the pink.
Well, as long as you got something, it's better.
Well
than
done,
nothing.
mate. Well done.
Yeah. I didn't sell much. The fish weren't biting today. Overall, most people didn't really make a big haul. Some did. I saw other guys selling a decent amount of stuff, but there was certainly a lot there to buy, and a lot of great things, a lot of familiar faces. I've been to a few of these, and some awesome models, really some awesome stuff. I don't have anything. I snapped a few photos on my phone. I'd have to send them to you on your on your email, Jason, because a couple of them are really nice stuff.
Geez. Isn't it funny? Like, you just made that statement. Oh, I just took a few photos on my phone. Think about when we were kids, like 10, 12 years old. Who the hell thought a phone was going to take a photo?
Yeah, no shit, right?
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I'm just going to take a photo of my phone.
Who thought you could take a phone with you?
Yeah, this thing is now our. I mean, we're walking around with freaking computers in our possession.
Yeah, PCs basically.
And it's sad too, very sad.
Like, I I still remember the dial-up phone in the house, you know.
The rotary.
And,
Sure.
and going to the old Telstra phone box with those green machines, you know. Like,
Well, when we were kids, one of the things we were told to remember for our own good was our address and our telephone number. I mean, I'm talking about when we were 5, 6 years old, just going to school on our own for the first time. And that was always something to, I mean, I still remember my family's phone number, and I always will, you know, and I couldn't tell you the area code because I can't remember what it was. We didn't need to have that. It was just a 7-digit number, and that was it.
Yeah.
Like, it just blows me away of, like we used to go on the way back from school, primary school, there's a Telstra phone box there, or Telecom as it was, and you always check inside to see if there was a 10-cent piece or a 20-cent piece.
Mm-hmm.
No, it was like, because that was lollies. That was you were getting candy, so to speak. Yeah, but just the fact, I just snapped some photos with my phone.
I know.
Yeah.
Who'd have thunk it?
Yeah, it's a very different time, and
back when I was younger, and I've still got one in my ute now. It's the old CB, because when you're traveling, there was no ring the vehicle in front of you and find out what's going on. It was you called up and it's like you're all good.
Breaker.
Yeah, that's right. The old Citizens Band Radio. A couple friends of mine had theirs. They were active in that stuff. Yeah.
Oh, I still use it today because so many times I'll be flying around town for work, and you still hear the semis, RBT, Hilltop, Flash for Cash down by the bloody, netball courts, and it's like, sweet, all right, be careful here, be careful.
There's a double bubble or a Christmas tree or
bubblegum machine over here is what we used to call them.
But the I remember back in early 90s, one of my girlfriends had a Mazda 323, and we used to go out with a whole group of us and go out on the Sunshine Coast and play Pox Hunt, where you'd be looking at your lights on your, trying to track somebody down. So one car would go and hide somewhere, and you'd be just seeing on the band how they lit up, which told you how was in the vicinity. So that was pretty cool. Anyway, I'm just going to take over for a second and share something with it. Had somebody text me this morning on Facebook, and he said, mate, somebody on YouTube's just put you in a bad light. And I went, oh, okay. So I went to that person's channel, and sure as shit they had. And I was like, okay, well, I won't name them. I don't think that's the right thing to do. But this person I trusted a lot, and we looked after at our own house, and it was all over. So when the first UK deal went, it didn't go right, and this person wanted to sell their motorbike, and I said, mate, well, I'll buy it. I'm just waiting for this invoice to, be paid. And mate, when you come up, it should be paid by then. I was told it's going to be paid by then. And no dramas. He says, I'll sell a drone to you too. I said, no dramas. I should be able to pay that once this invoice is here. If not, I'll just pay you up for that. Anyway, this person couldn't sell their bike for about 6 months down in New South Wales, and I'm stressing. And so within 2 days, I sold this person's bike. And that whole week, that person was looked after by my family and myself, and 10 cups of coffee a day, driving around in my car and no fuel and beautiful home-cooked meals. Anyway, so that invoice didn't get paid, but, he got the money for the bike. So I said, mate, when I've got the money, I'll just pay you. Anyway, as I explained, that Outlaw Paints, maybe the profit margins aren't what everybody thinks. This business is run on the tightest because I pay for the best pigments, and you can't get them cheaper. If I could get them cheaper, I'd love to do that. So I have to balance everything out, and there's not much basically per bottle. But anyway, back to the story. It was $600. It did get paid off within about 5 to 6 months, and when I had the money, it's not as if we've got thousands of dollars or anything. If I had the 600 up front, I would have paid, but he agreed to it. Yep, no dramas. But I also, in this person, for over 12 months, paid for this YouTube streaming service at $75 US a month. This person was happy to use it for their channel to broadcast, and never, said, "Oh, here." And this person was also given hundreds of bottles of paint for nothing. And it was a bit sad to hear that, but this person would already work out who it is, but that's the facts of the case, Your Honour, and the defence rests. So, it was very disappointing, but anybody that knows me knows that I'm the first one in my own back pocket to help other people out and help modelers out. And, Ed'll even vouch for me, and Jim will vouch that when they get something from me, there's more than, or Ed, with your postage, mate, you needed it to get it, and you couldn't cover it, and I've gone, here, mate, I'll cover the rest of your postage. And Paul will say the same, and Wayne, there'll be extra bottles. Bilge will say the same.
Copy that.
Yeah, that's a definite.
Anybody that knows me about my channel, Aussie Scale Modeller, from the start, I've never said I'm not out to be popular. I'm not out to make millions of dollars. I'm just here to share what's going on in my modeling life and what I'm learning and share with other people. I'm not driven by money. I never have been. It's not my DNA. There's nothing in me that says I've got to make millions of dollars or I've got to make thousands of dollars. I'll make enough to provide for my family so they have a roof over their head, food in their stomachs, and they are all healthy in the head. And then I'll look after my friends and anybody. I'm not a saint. I'm just a human being that gives a shit about other people. That's all I am. And to hear that was pretty sad. And I think one of the saddest things was hearing this person, when they were in our home, say, "I can't wait till my mother dies so I can get my inheritance." That blew my wife and myself away to hear that.
I wish my parents were still around.
Yeah, so I was like, that was sad, but anybody that's ever known me knows the person that I am. So, very sad, but I won't name the channel. But I'm guessing people have an idea, and somebody did, and they were quite shocked. And I thank that person for reaching out because, I'm not going down lawsuits or defamations or any of that crap. I don't let people talk. That's the way it is. But other than that, I did manage to record. Whether I'll get the time to broadcast it. I did it for Aussie Scale Modeller, but I got this. Hang on. Did I show it last week? I'm not sure. I don't.
What'd you get?
Oh, hey.
Nice.
Oh yeah,
Whoa.
you were telling me about that.
Nice.
Yeah,
Very, very good.
Got it for a song and a dance too.
Yeah, I did too, mate. Yeah, so
Wow.
you were quite happy about that, weren't you, mate?
Yeah, I know.
You
I was like, you suck,
especially
man.
that going. Ew. So I picked that
There's
up.
nothing wrong with being a smart shopper as well as a modeler. That's always a great
well,
combination when you can get a great kit for a great price.
Yeah,
The person actually only wanted $30 for it,
yeah.
$30 Australian?
and it was sealed. Yeah, and I'm like, no. How about I give you 40 at least?
Yeah, that's a song and a dance
And
on
they
that kit.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
is. I'm like,
Yeah.
so
Yeah,
I got it
it's
for $40.
30 Australian. That's what I'm not sure about the rate of exchange, but that's got to be
$60,
about
less than
$20
$60.
American.
Yeah,
Yeah.
a little Little bit, yeah, roughly $20.
Holy shit! That's practically giving it away.
Yeah,
That's
so
what I said, man.
Holy
And
moly!
that's a phenomenal kit.
Yeah, Jason. How old is that model? Is that a newer generation Tamiya kit or an older one?
It's
One of the old ones.
I was
It's
gonna
the old
say,
one.
I think that's early 2000s, isn't it? Or
yeah, but it's all in
Look on the
Japanese.
copyright on the box.
Yeah, look
Yeah.
at the copyright, Jason.
Yeah, it should be somewhere on the side. They're usually pretty good about posting one.
No, it's all Japanese.
Oh, come on, you know that.
Yeah,
You
but
speak, you speak it when we talk in the morning.
Mate, I talk in bullshit.
Which is a universal language.
Yeah, I mean, and that's why we understand each other.
Right?
Hey,
I
Jason,
Well,
know.
nonetheless, that is a
1986.
fantastic buy. I mean,
There
that,
you go.
1986.
I mean, I tell you what, I was gonna show you guys what I got today, but Jason, I think you just trumped everything I got. I mean, I couldn't really, really. I'm not here to compare who saved what, how much money, but Ed, you've probably been to swap meets. You can walk away with some decent stuff because people sometimes they're looking to just get rid of it.
We don't
I'm not
have
allowed
that
to.
down here, and I'm gonna change that. I want to go. I got to try to get a hold of the fairgrounds. They have a building, and I'm gonna try to have the first swap meet model car show in this area. And see what I could do.
Yeah.
I've had so many people hit me up for interest on it and everything else because I've got a lot of people in the area that build, but we have nowhere to pick up parts. They don't have anywhere for swap meets. I'm the only place there is. So I want to try to change that and see if I can get people interested and hold the first, like I said, model car and swap meet. Back home in Illinois, of course, where you're at, back home where I was at, we were going to model car swap meets every weekend. There was a model car swap meet, but here, there's nothing. No, nothing. So I'm gonna change it, man. I'm working on it.
Oh,
So-
good for you. I think that's a great idea. I mean, I have fun. I mean, I went there. I don't go to these things. My day isn't made by how much I can make.
Right.
It's made by having fun, meeting people, talking models, talking shit. Just having a great time and browsing the what people are selling. Because I'm telling you, today all right. I'm just gonna show you what I got today. It won't take long, but it's a bunch of little bits and pieces that I found for, I think, pretty good prices. I'll start with the small stuff. This is just basically okay. You're gonna go big. You're gonna go big screen on me.
Hell yeah!
Got big screen.
Okay, there we go. Oh man, I look uglier every time I see myself.
That's a nice hobby set too, man.
Yeah. This was $4.
That's it.
Yeah. And this is a an Edward Brasson set for the Hurricane, the Arma Hobby Hurricane Mark II. These are the 20mm cannon barrels. I got that for $4.
That's cheap.
Ooh. Yep. So I bought these two together with the guy who was selling them. And here that friend of mine, a guy who lives down in Alabama, he brought some stuff along with him to sell too, and he had a shitload of decal sheets. Oh. I got 3 decal sheets here. There we go. Let me get that. That's
Thunderbolt.
Yeah, Thunderbolt. Yeah.
And like 109.
Right.
Messy
and shit. Last but not least.
Yeah, it looked like a Corsair.
Yep.
Go up. Go up with it. There you go.
Okay. Now these all 3 of those decal sheets are $5 a piece.
That's pretty good.
I've got models that I'm going to use them for. I bought some books, and this shows the armor geek that I am. I bought this one.
Nice.
So let me get this up.
Nice.
Thanks for that.
Yes.
Thanks for sharing.
That was $5. Bought this one. Here, let me get that light angle. There you go.
And a Tiga.
Yep. Right. This is that cost $2. Can't have enough Osprey stuff. You can't have enough Osprey books.
I wouldn't want to be in the Sherman of the Firefly.
Yes. I'm sorry. What was that, Jason?
Bring that Tiger book up.
Oh yeah.
I do not want to be in the Firefly.
Well, I wouldn't want to be in either, to tell you the truth. But if I was going to be in either one, I think I'd want to be in a Firefly and not the Tiger, because the damn Tiger would more likely break down faster than the Sherman.
Yeah, but
No,
if I had
No matter what
perfectly
armor
good
protection
Sherman
you got, you
and a
ain't going
perfectly
anywhere
good-
if your wheels aren't working.
Yeah, but if
Didn't
I
the
had a
Tigers
perfectly
have a weak arse
good
on them too?
Tiger,
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Bill. What'd you say?
Didn't the Tigers have a weak arse? If you could get behind them, you could plug them.
Oh yeah, well, the whole theory behind armor and protection and firepower, the balance, yeah. But not only that, but they are just horrible. I got more stuff, Jason. I got more.
okay.
Stuff.
But just before you go, if you had a perfectly good, healthy Tiger versus a Sherman, and you're on the battlefield, I know what one I want to be in.
The Sherman.
Well, in terms of firepower and protection, the Tiger's got it. In terms of mobility, and also the gun on the Firefly was a 17-pounder. That was designed specifically to deal with tigers and panthers and Yag panthers. So, I'll tell you what. Let me be a dog face and dig my face into the ground when the shooting starts, and I'll pray. Because that's about the best place to be. I mean, especially on today's modern battlefield. Would you want to be in a helicopter or a tank? No way.
No, you got all this whole all these drones and everything that take you out.
Well, here's the other book I got. Let me get this
nice.
focused.
Oh, very good.
Yeah, British Armor in Action. This is an old Squadron Signal book, and these guys, this is the kind of stuff I live for.
Does that have Centurions in it?
It's a variety of pictures of Matildas and Valentines, and primarily the photos and everything that deals with is from the Western Desert and Italy and Sicily. So it's mostly Mediterranean theater stuff. But the photographs in here, this is the kind of stuff that I look for when I'm building my model, so I can have the actual up close photos of what these things look like in the field. And all the modifications that they threw out there.
Well, it's like Nigel at Nigel's modeling bench. Any build you do, you need to have your research if you want it to be right. If you're not worried about it and you just want it to look good, slap it together. But if you want it to be right, do your
Besides
research.
that, I just love reading about armor. It's like I said, I'm an armor geek, so I love reading about the mechanics of it, how these things were built, how they were designed. Big screen. Still got two more.
Oh shit!
But wait, there's more.
But wait, there's more.
There's more.
Order before midnight tomorrow night. You get a free velvet Elvis painting.
Yeah.
Okay. Here you go.
Oh, yeah.
Now that
Ataki.
Yeah, that is. I bought that for $5.
Nice.
And this represents my modeling youth. Certain pictures, certain songs, certain people can bring back memories.
Yeah.
And when I look at this, I think of being at my first hobby shop, my neighborhood hobby shop, when I was about 12 years old. And I remember seeing this model and others from Otaki on the shelf and saying, man, I want that model. And when I see this kit, when I see that box, it creates that nostalgic look back into my childhood. And so I bought it because I bought that decal sheet.
Can't beat it
for the 109G. Yeah. And the guy was right across the aisle from me, and I've been eyeing the kit all day. And once I bought the decal sheet, I walked over there and I gave him a $5, and I said, "Here you go, I'll take it." And he was like, "Great, there you go." And the Pista Resistance, which I didn't pay a penny for, is this.
What?
All right.
How'd you get that?
This was from a raffle.
No shit.
Yeah. But I didn't win the raffle. My best friend did. Oh. And there wasn't anything there he liked. But I said, Glenn, get the Panzerjäger. So he grabbed it because you could choose when your raffle number came up. There were a number of kits out on the table, and you had as the winner, you had the right to choose from any of the 3 or 4 or whatever it was that they had out at that particular moment. And so he grabbed it, and he said, "Here you go, it's yours," because he knows these Dragon kits are these right here. This premium. Well, this is a smart kit, but the premium edition. Okay, there you go. Excuse me. there's 3 types of Dragon armor kits I look for, and it's Smart Kit, Premium Edition, and 3-in-1. And they give you all the bells and whistles, all the neat stuff.
Wow.
Yeah, Dragon kits can be a pain in the ass to build, and they're not always the best instructions, but I've built them for a long time, and I like collecting them. And
Well done.
I got that for free, and I'm grateful to my shout out to my best friend Glenn if he's watching. He lives upstairs for me. Thanks again, mate. That was really nice of you. I really appreciate it.
Yeah.
And that was my day. Yeah, it was fun. It was a great time. So Ed, I wish you well. I hope you do manage to bring something together. I think that's a great idea.
I've got to try something, man, because I mean, it's everybody, like I said, man, my customers here, they that's why I started the gallery on my website, is to get what customers buy from me. I don't care if it's even just a paintbrush, to post what you built, send me the pictures, and I can put them up on the website so people can see what I sell and then what kind of builds they are. And I've had so many people interested, and they keep saying, well, there's nothing here, and I said, well, I'm going to change it. So I'm going to try. I got to do some research. I've got to get a hold of the fairgrounds, how much it costs to rent the building. I'd have to charge, like $3 to get in the door, model kit entries, see if I can get people to donate like for trophies. I can donate for like door prizes and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I can donate like my 3D printed stuff or anything I have, some model kits, things like that, and then try to see if I can bring a bunch of my stuff up to sell, and then see if I can get some other people that are interested that have things that they want to sell. Because I've had people contact me, want me to buy their collections, and I'm not in this situation right now to buy them. I wish I was, but I'm not.
Yeah.
When I come across something that's good enough that I can do, but I try to tell these people, I'm like, well, if you build, hold on to them. And they're like, well, we don't have an interest in them or something like that. So I've tried to start an RC club here too. I've RC raced since I was 15. I've got trophies and stuff. I've got my RC car like Jason has, but I've got a slash under my table that I race. And I started building a track here out on the back of my property to get these kids interested in something besides sitting on their phones, sitting playing video games, blowing people's heads off. Go out and race. And it doesn't really cost a lot of money to RC race. I mean, now that they've got entry RC cars you can buy for like $90, and these kids can go get these and start racing with them. And see, I've got to start doing more. I mean, I want to try to get this community here more interested in more than just what they have. And like I said, I've had people ask me, and I'm going to do it. I have to.
Well, it's a big organizational task. There's a lot of details, and I hope you can do it. But I also hope you can find some reliable help, because you are going to need someone or some people to help out with that, because there's 1,001 details. But that's a great idea. I couldn't I can't endorse it any greater than I'm saying right now, because I think that's a fantastic idea. It really is.
Yeah, I think it is too. And I'd sponsor it. Bob's Hobby Shop and RC would sponsor most of everything that's there. So I mean, just do everything that I can and see if I can get like local companies maybe to donate something, or if somebody wins, or something like that. Like there's a lot of small businesses here, and we all support each other. If it wasn't for these small businesses that are in my community, this community would be nothing. And a lot of the small businesses have closed their doors thanks to our government, because nobody can afford to pay the rent, and people aren't buying right now. I mean, my website's slow. I just got an order yesterday for paints, Outlaw. That's the first order I've had in a month. So and I know the economy's slow, man, and I understand people are holding on to their money, but when it comes to certain things, I mean, I try to make it affordable, and I thank Jason for giving me the opportunity to be able to introduce Outlaw over here. And I thank Monique for Icky Sticky for me being the first retailer in the United States to be able to bring your guys' products here to show these people how much better they are than what we have here. And it's not going to break the bank like we've talked about before. And kids can get into it. You know, like when my model kits I try to sell them cheap enough so that the kids can afford them. Because if you go to Hobby Lobby, they're 40, 50 bucks, 60 bucks. You know, I've got them for like some for $19, some for $20. I mean, I know it's not like back when we were kids. When I started, I remember model kits were like, I think $1.25.
Yeah, it all depends on what you were buying, but you also have to look in for rate of exchange. I mean, you know,
right?
I mean, and not rate of exchange. I mean, adjust for the, you know, the times for
right
inflation
for what a dollar means now as opposed to what a dollar meant when we were younger. But
Yeah.
I applaud you for all of that, Ed. I think that's a great idea because
thanks, man.
You know, there are, you know, there's a youth modeling community out there, and it can be brought up and active, but it's got to be done the right way. I mean, you know, I really hope that you can stir that up because, you know, it's not just a bunch of guys like me with gray beards and buying books about tanks and building, you know, cars and sci-fi kits, but I mean, there's Gundam, there's war game stuff, there's all kinds of stuff out there, and there's got to be a way that you can unite all of that together. And RC, you know, there's I don't know what RC's like around the world, but it's fairly active here in the States. I mean, every hobby shop that I go to in my area, which there aren't many, I'm talking brick and mortar, they have an RC section.
Well, my local hobby shop that was started off as a hobby shop, now you're lucky if you see maybe 2 or 3 model kits on the shelf. The rest of it is all RC.
It's RC.
You can literally go in there and buy each individual component and build your own car if you wanted to. That's
I mean, I see kids in my neighborhood playing with RC cars. You know, here, right on my street. There's a little cul-de-sac, and they use that as kind of like a racetrack. I mean, there aren't many of them, but you know, there you are. You're looking at like a 12-year-old kid with an RC kit. That's fine. That's great. I love it, man.
They're outside. They're doing something.
Make a break.
I'm sorry. What'd you say, Bilge?
No, Jason's talking.
Wayne, young Wombat, or Paul, and I know Bilge, you're pretty flat out. I did think about it when I got this, and we all know my stash and how big it is and the time I don't have.
Yeah.
Which one of you 3 gentlemen would like to build that for me?
I'll build it.
Probably Paulie knock it out the quickest.
Yeah, Paul would get that done in maybe a week if he's got about 5 other projects going.
So
I'd love it, but the rate of build that I do, Paul would be
it doesn't have. I mean, which one of you would like to build it out of you and Paul?
I'd like to have a go at it, but
yeah, mate. Right, done.
Oh, bugger.
You open your mouth.
Yeah, that kind of reminds me of the Three Stooges when may the brave man take 1 step forward, Mo and Larry step back, and the other guy's left holding the bag.
I have a change of venue coming, maybe in a couple of months.
Where you changing
I've
to?
been offered a plot of land where I'll be able to put my tiny house directly above a waterfall.
Oh, very good. Oh, and do you get electricity?
And I'll be totally self-sufficient.
Yeah,
very good.
Wow.
And I'll be going back up into the mountains out near Nimbin. Where it's nice and quiet.
And complaining about how much colder it is.
No, we'll see. I'll be up on a ridge line out of the valley, so it'll be nice.
For all the haters going, Chase, when are you going to finish the tank and everything? And what the reason I really have always loved that style of Formula One car, but I'd really like to see it done. Yeah, I can do everything that you guys are probably doing. You probably do it way better than me anyway, but I'd just like to display that on a bit of timber and, just have it looking stunning because, I mean, that reminds me, hey, Chuck, of my first slot car set with the little 4D size batteries. Those were the cars that were on the track at the time. But, yeah.
What about a nice piece of Australian red cedar buff?
Mate,
that'd be cool.
That'd be good. You want to send that to Paul in the post? That'd be great.
Just don't send it by couriers, please.
I need to know the wheelbase. I've got quite a few pieces of that. I'd need to know the wheelbase so I get the right width.
So yeah, that's thank you, mate. I'll get that down to you. Might come with some primers, hey?
Damn
But
it.
yeah, well done. Oh, you'd like to do it too, wouldn't you, Bob? Ed?
Oh yeah, it would be awesome. But we've talked about the shipping. You
Yeah,
guys
it's
wouldn't
ridiculous.
believe this. Okay. So Jason sent me. Was it 2 weeks ago, Jason? I think it
Yeah,
was
2 weeks ago,
He sent-
3 weeks.
Yeah, he sent me a picture of some model kits here that he wanted, and asked me if I could get them for him, and I said sure. So I got him the kits. Jason and I, when we first met, Jason is Dale Earnhardt, and I have a lot of die cast of Dale Earnhardt, and I've got stuff that you've never seen. So me and Jason made a deal. So I figured, okay, I got these model kits. I'll stick a couple of the die casts in there, ship them. There was room in the box, and then Jason wanted a shirt, and then I was going to send Jason some other goodies. So I get the box all up, 20 pounds.
10 kilos, roughly.
Yeah, I go on to my shipping sites, and I get a deal to get all these prices. And I was going to pay part of it since I put some weight into it, and then, the rest for Jason. So I look up the price, $385 for me to send this box to Jason.
US.
From here. And so Jason and I did a thing. Jason did a dummy shipping thing, the same size box, same weight from you guys in Australia, from Jason's place to me. And it was 120 Australian dollars, which would have been like $90 American. How is that possible?
I was
for the same box.
He sent me this text message, on Facebook. I'm sitting there with my wife going, "No,
what
no."
the fuck?
And he went American dollars, USD. I went, like, I could buy the Millennium Falcon for that. I was like,
that was in.
I couldn't believe it. I was like, far out. Like, so yeah, anybody that's looking for some really unique Star Wars stuff in the States, get on the box.
I'll figure something out, man. Don't worry about it. We'll get them over there one way or another.
They're good kids, aren't they, mate?
Yeah, they're pretty cool. I mean, I like building other stuff besides model cars and model trucks, and stuff like that. I've got horror, like I've got Dracula, the Wolfman. I've got the Creature from the Black Lagoon, which is a very sought after kit now. And I like building stuff like that too. But these kits that I got Jason, they're Star Wars, and they're, good sized boxes. And the detail on these kits, I looked at the boxes, I was like, oh my God. And they're like from, I think, the late 90s. Oh, yeah, there's a Star Wars one right there. Who's that? Is that Paul?
Wally.
Yeah, that's Paul.
What? Holy cow. Yeah, and these kits are utterly cool. And there's only one of them that's a smaller one, but the rest of them are these big ones. So we'll figure it out. Jason said he's not in a total rush to get these. So
Not at
I'm
that
going to try to.
I'd walk across the ocean to get them. It'll be easier.
Right? I know. I'll put wings on the box and I'll throw it as hard as I can to get it to you inside. So because that's
Get a big piece of polystyrene, cut a recess in it, sit the box in there, point it in the right direction, it'll float over quicker.
Yeah.
I nearly felt like I was on a lounge and I nearly fell through the lounge. I was just like,
I could smell Jason from over here from the pile that he just dropped when I sent him the total of what it was going to be. I dropped the pile when I was like, you got to be shitting me. There's no way.
I pick him up with 6 kits. I paid 100 USD. 120 US dollars.
Yeah. Well, that was shipping to me. Yeah, there's 7 kits.
7 kits for
it was like
$120, all sealed.
It was $120 to me.
Yeah,
that was shipping included.
Yeah.
So
and I'm like, yeah, that's okay. It's a lot, but
so I'm sitting here trying to figure out too, because I've got a shitload of Dale Earnhardt diecast to send Jason, and I got to figure out how in the F I got to get it over there, because
Go
as
grab
of
the
right
kids,
now, huh?
Go grab those kids.
They're still packed in the box. I'm still trying
the
to figure
box
out how
ain't-
to get them to you.
The box ain't going
Huh?
anywhere. Do an unboxing.
You want me to go? You want me to
Yeah,
go cut them
unbox
open?
them.
All
Yeah,
right,
go
hang on.
ahead. Go ahead, Ed. Let's see that stuff.
It
Yeah.
ain't coming to
Hang
Australia
on,
anytime.
I gotta go in my. I gotta go in the front. Hold on. Man.
Okay.
It's like when I
Yeah.
had the decals for Terry sent out here.
Yeah.
Oh,
Sheets, $35 just for
Yeah.
postage.
Yeah, you're talking about that. The England, the British, UK's having the same problem getting stuff in and getting out to the mainland Europe because of the damn Brexit issue. One guy started a European branch of his modeling shop, online stuff, and it's not working. People are ordering from these places that he has distributorship with or partnership with in Western Europe, and the packages keep getting bounced back to the vendor in Europe because of customs. And it's just a clusterfuck. They're losing money big time because they're having to pay for the stuff to come back to them, and it's all BS around that stupid Brexit thing. It's really screwing merchants up left and right on both sides of the channel. I mean, some of those British model shows, people aren't crossing the channel to bring their stuff to them because it's such a pain in the ass to get through all the official BS. So I'm sorry to hear about that. I mean, the cost of shipping wherever it is, unless you're domestic, is insane.
pink bits. Pink bits.
Is that a bottle of Pepto-Bismol?
That's the pink primer, mate. That's 4 months' work.
It looks great. Love the color.
Oh, mate. Well, Moss has ordered 50 bottles of it in the States, in the UK. Actually, 70 basically all up. AGB, pretty much sold out
GB,
straight
hey,
away.
how you doing? Yeah, I visited his website the other day, or his channel, I should say. Did you see his big that monster sized Dauntless he built? That 118, I think it's a 118 scale kit he built. That's incredible. What a massive piece of work that was. So hey, GB, good to see you.
Right. So when Ed gets back, we'll have a look at these kits I got that might get here one year.
Well, hey, Jason, bring up Southwest Modelers comment, the one at the bottom there. Check that.
Yeah,
Look what he had to say. Yeah. $42.
Here we go.
Here he is. Here we go.
go.
Go big screen. Let's see this stuff.
All right. So,
Here we go.
yo, this is the first one I got. This is the smallest one, which is cool. It is a it's a snap together. It's from 1982, and I'm trying to see what scale it is.
Could be a
Doesn't say what
box scale. Probably a box scale.
You would think so on this one.
There it is.
That one doesn't say the scale, but I got that. Okay, so we got that one, and then you got this one.
Ah, X-Wing.
That's
all right.
X-Wing.
And this is
I had
And that's
We
got
got
the
that
paints
one.
and everything in it.
yeah, that one's got the paints in it. Then you got this one, which is badass.
Oh, the TIE Fighter. Yep. Okay.
Jesus.
Yeah,
You
these
can
are all
see-
from the these
That's
are
how big-
all from the first two films, right?
Oh,
One
from
was
what?
Jedi.
I'm
One
saying
was
that it
Jedi.
looks like those models were made at a time that shows that they had just made the first two films and that was it. Like sometime in the early 80s.
Here's the other one.
Yeah.
So we got that one. And you got this one, which is the Death Star, which this one is awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that. They're a nice, easy skill level for you too, Buff.
And then you got this one.
You reckon I'll put them together?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah, skill level 2. This one I really like. This one's awesome.
Oh yeah.
Jabba the
Okay.
Hutt.
Yep.
C-3PO.
Oh, that's a rare one.
And then
My
the last
ex-mother-in-law.
I
I heard that one.
I
Bill.
really like this. This one is awesome too.
Cool.
Yoda,
Oh wow.
Luke Skywalker.
Yeah.
But that's how big.
Wow.
That's how big these kits are. I mean, look at it next to my head. These kits are huge.
Can you
Yeah.
move your head
So,
out of the way?
Basically, yeah, right. we got Jason got a good deal on these, man. I mean, when we found them, and I got the guy I knocked the guy down $25 on all these too. So
They're
that's
still in the cellophane wrapping too.
yeah, they're not even open. None of them are.
That's absolutely mint. That's
Yeah,
well, you could make a good killing at a sci-fi show with that stuff.
yeah, that's what my mom. I was talking to my mom about it a little bit, and I told her about the shipping and stuff, and she about dropped the pile. Yeah,
Yeah,
nice.
well, that's understandable. It's outrageous. I was just talking about that regarding other people having to ship around the world. It's crazy.
Yeah,
That's a good amount of shelf weathering there.
Nice.
Space
Yeah,
stuff.
these
Paul.
are about
Space stuff.
30-year-old.
Told you, Paulie, get one of them makeup brushes I showed you.
Yeah, I'll get me into it.
So Ed, let me ask you about those monster kits. Are those original Aurora models?
Two of mine. Let me see which one. Hang on a second. Let me look.
So
My
while
brother
you're
built
talking,
those when we were kids. Those are they were glow in the dark.
hey, look who's here.
Hey,
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 So
hey, Jimmy.
while we're talking,
how's it going?
g'day, mate.
Looks like you just
yeah,
woke up.
I've got a bottle of this. I've
No.
got heaps of bottles. That is set. One, they're settled. I'll go down and pick one up, and you'll see how much pigment's in these primer. So that's shaken
Okay.
up. I'll return with a
My
copy.
Wolfman and my Dracula are the monogram ones from the
Okay.
80s. And then my Creature from the Black Lagoon is the Mobius one, which they only made it for 1 year. And that was it. If I was to
Those
try to
my
sell
compressor in the guts, guys.
that Creature from the Black Lagoon now, I'd probably get $250, $300 for it the way it is, and it's still on the cellophane.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I tried
Okay.
finding some of the old Aurora ones, and they're so
Good.
hard to find.
Yeah, yeah. Well, you mentioned Monogram. Monogram was the one that bought the molds when Aurora folded.
Yep.
And me and a couple other guys were just talking about that today at that show I was at. And one of them said, I can't testify whether this is truth or not, or is this just secondhand stuff. But he said, supposedly, Monogram said that there was either an accident on the road with the molds being shipped to them, or on the railroad, and some were damaged, some were destroyed. But allegedly, some of these that they claimed destroyed, I don't know why they would do this. They held onto them and then released them at a later date. I have no idea whether that's bullshit or nonsense or it's real. But Monogram was the first company to buy their molds after Aurora folded, and so your Monogram copies of those monster kits are the very first regeneration after Aurora disappeared.
Yeah, of the Auroras.
So those are worth, and all that Star Wars stuff. I saw MPC and AMT on there. That looks like those are all from the early '80s after the second film.
Yeah,
Empire Strikes Back.
You got the Empire Strikes Back, and then Return of the Jedi's. So
okay, that would be like mid '80s, because that was like 1983 when they made the third film. Yeah,
Before Revolt got hold of it.
And these kits are, I mean, I would build these kits, man. They're that cool and that detailed that I've seen on them. But I'm trying to figure out how to get them to Jason. So, like we were talking, he said he's not in a hurry to get them. So I'm hoping after this Ash Clown depend wearing diapers, stupid ass SOB, and I don't care if anybody gets pissed off. If as soon as he's out of office, and hopefully Trump gets back in, starts to straighten stuff out somewhat, and the shipping prices will at least go back down to where it's not going to cost me so much to send it to Jason, because it's crazy, man. It's absolutely crazy. My customers here, I try to give them the cheapest ones I can. I will not use the postal service. I refuse. So I ship UPS. Yours, I actually had to use the postal service. I had no choice. I was praying to God it would make it to you in one piece. And when you told me you got it and it was perfect, I was so happy, because I've had so many customers tell me when I started shipping with the postal service, their boxes were damaged, smashed, crushed. So I switched to UPS, and ever since I switched to UPS, I have not had a problem. Knock on wood. So yours was. I was trying to find you a better. It's a basically when you pay on the site on my website, the shipping's automatically calculated. I don't do it. I have the system, the thing that calculates it for me, so that when it comes up, then I see what I have to ship it, and that's where I pick. If I would have sent yours UPS, it would have cost me a little bit more. So that's why I went with the Postal Service. I'm like, I'll just go with the Postal Service and pray.
Yeah, Ed, I can tell you this from my own experience of receiving stuff via mail, or I should say just parcels, period. I got to give a shout out to everybody who does it, whether it's FedEx, DHL, UPS, or even the USPS. Maybe I'm living under a lucky horseshoe or something, but I've never had one package damaged upon during shipment. In other words, when I got stuff out of the box, everything was there. Yeah, maybe the corner of the box was damaged because God knows what those things go through. I used to be a UPS package. I mean, I worked on a truck in Christmas time helping guys deliver, and it's amazing what those boxes go through. I've never had anything bad, and I feel sorry for anybody that does, because there's nothing worse than opening up a box that you paid for and it's damaged, because then you're stuck having to figure that mess out. But I have not had one issue. And thanks again. I was going to say, those drill bits, I just used those icky sticky drill bits the other day on my Fruel model tracks, because you got to drill out the holes for the pins to go through. It's amazing what a sharp drill bit will do.
Yeah.
All the old ones I got are dull. I got to replace them all. But anyway, I've been very fortunate where I've not had, now knock on wood, next one I order or something, it's going to be kaboom, not from you. I mean, just period. I'm kind of like setting myself up for failure here. But anyway, I just want to mention that it's good. Yeah. It was good. So
Jeff,
thanks, Jeff.
Yeah, I got your order, Jeff. I just sent it into Jason. It will be what's happening, Jeff. This is my name's Ed, but I just sent it into Jason. So if you know how it works, at the end of the month I turn my order in, and then Jason winds up shipping them to me. So then as soon as I get them, you'll get them sent to you.
Oh, so I'll go full screen. So I showed you the pink primer in like shaken up, and you saw how quick it was. But here we go. This is how much pigment is in a bottle when it settles.
Oh boy,
just a little bit.
Yeah.
And then the magic of outlaw.
Nice.
So yeah, and I can let you know that Mr. Paul is the first person in Australia that's going to have to happen.
No.
Yeah.
So why don't you, in case somebody watches this later, what are you suggesting they use the pink primer as a base for?
Red,
yellow.
Yeah, any light colors.
Armor, especially armor.
Yeah. That pink primer is going to be so awesome because it's going. I believe that you'll be able to see your detail a lot more before you paint it when you use that pink primer. I'm totally stoked to try that pink primer. I mean, I'll be jonesing when he sent me the picture that it was ready to go. I was like, oh.
There's only one other company that makes pink primer in the world, and that's Tamiya, and you can only get it in a rattle can, and it is Tamiya's quality. And mine is the only airbrushable pink primer in the world.
That'll be good. That'll be good.
Launching, as I said earlier, awesome. It was supposed to be launched yesterday, but I'm waiting. Hey, Brian, what's happening, big fella? Good to see you, mate.
Hey, Phil. G'day, mate.
It was supposed to be launched yesterday, but I'm waiting on larger size labels and send you a free shirt. Suck my dick. He's and I wanted to do an Instagram thing like I did the other night, which was there's over 2,000 views on that now, and I'm like, God, people must be having nightmares in my head. But how Outlaw was made, and
I
the
can't even
feedback
get a
was
free
incredible.
shirt, Jeff. Come on.
Yeah, that's unfortunate for you, Jeff. But people really enjoyed seeing how it's made.
Yeah.
The process it goes through in making a bottle of Outlaw. And I was nearly tearing up because there were some beautiful comments that I got on my Instagram to me. And I was like, wow, thank you so much, guys. And so I want to do the spray out. And thanks, mate. Who else is it? Oh, Mr. Hobby's got some.
Hey,
but you've got to mix it up and ready to go.
Really, Mr. Hobby is pink primer?
Yeah, I'm pretty. Yeah, Mr. Servicer.
Really? Okay, I didn't know they offered that color. Okay.
Wow.
Yeah,
The
Mr. Service is 1500.
Yeah, Mr. Servicer. Yeah, but I want to do the spray out and show people it in action, and then I'll launch it officially. But Paul gets it first in Australia.
I get it next.
And Ed will get it first in the US. And everybody should really thank Moss.
Yeah, definitely. Thanks.
Because he was the one that pushed and pushed and pushed and pushed and pushed. So for the last 5 or 6 months, easy to do, to make and create.
It's a good idea, man. It really is. I think
a big thank you to him.
I think it'll take off like hotcakes.
It gets, like he said.
What do you say? It gets
Oh,
seconds. Oh no. I don't do sloppy seconds. No, if you think about it though, I don't get sloppy seconds. I get first here in the United States, so that's not really sloppy seconds.
You get damaged socks. That's what you get.
Yeah, right. The bottle's leaking. The box is all soaked.
But how's this? Who's married? Who's married here? Yeah, righto. So I go downstairs to see my darling wife. This is Outlaw who's vacuuming away. And I'm like, oh, yeah, bit of a touch on the feel. Oh, great. And she says, don't you have to go and play with your friends again? What? It was like, and yes, I've got clean underwear on too, Mum. You know, like.
Basically, a nice way of telling you to get the hell out.
Oh, no, she's there. She's like, this is my time when you're talking to your friends.
Right? No, it's still not second, man. No. It's still first.
And did you kids have fun today? You know, like it was like, wow.
That's right. My daughter says it's my nerd out time.
Nerd out.
Oh, you got a question there.
Okay.
Oh, I could possibly do that, mate. And after I get off the cross and walk across the ocean, I'll find time for that. So that's a great one, mate. Can you email me that just so it's in, and I'll put it in my special folders of lists of what people want and ideas that they'd like me to create or recreate.
On the Formula One white.
All the RL colours for the Bismarck.
Yeah, right.
That I'll send you the order for.
Jeff, did you want a bottle of pink primer, mate?
He's going to. So then Jeff gets sloppy seconds here in the United States then.
Yeah.
So,
if you would like one, because you had no idea it was out, so just talk to Ed and we'll see what we can do, buddy. Appreciate you supporting his business over there.
I'm spreading it, man. Trust me.
Oh, yeah, mate. We know you spread it thick.
Yeah, I spread it real thick. Well, I mean, that's the whole point of this build, is to show that I'm doing. I haven't done a lot of videos because I'm still trying to figure all that out. So I take a lot of pictures, and I've got my Instagram page that my little brother talked me into doing it. So between my hobby shop page on Facebook and the Instagram page, I've been posting pictures of this build from start to where I am now, to show people how good Outlaw is, how good Icky Sticky is, and where they can get all these products. I mean, I'm using my 3D printed parts, my plug wire kits, my fuzzy fur, all my stuff too. So at least people can actually see what it is. So when I start getting, I think I'm getting a little bit better at the videos. I'm starting to do the editing. I've been playing around with it, trying to figure this stuff out. This isn't going to be my only build with Outlaw. After this one, I'm starting my own build for myself. So when I start that build, I'm going to start filming, doing videos from start to finish then. So then this way I've got it all down. And then this way you guys will be able to see everything that I do with Outlaw paints and with Icky Sticky's products and with our products too. So this way everyone will know over here more of what it's about.
Yeah, well, we all got to give a big shout out to Brian Got Fuels. If you're on the chat and you haven't been there or you haven't subscribed to the channel, it's a great channel with a great bunch of human beings on there.
Always good for a giggle on a bloody Saturday morning.
I've had the honour and pleasure of being there a few times when I've been awake or haven't been busy, and it's unbelievable how welcome they make you feel. Just top blokes all around. Yeah.
Brian has Jason, may I say something here? Can I bring something up?
You can.
Okay. Jim, we were all talking about what we've done this past week. You've just joined us. What's your week been like?
So my son got back from Djibouti, Africa. He's with the United States Marine Corps, and he spent almost 10 months in Djibouti, and he just came back to Jacksonville, North Carolina, and then he drove up here to Michigan. So we've been hanging out. We've been working on his truck. He sent me money, and I found him a truck. So we worked on his truck a little bit, like a 1-to-1 scale, like a pickup truck. Yeah, we've just been kind of hanging out, and we've been working on that plow truck a little bit, the Revell plow truck model. He's currently out there sanding. I helped him build a blanket ladder for his wife, so he's out there in the shop right now sanding that. If there's a bunch of buzzing, I'm sorry.
Get his ass on camera.
Yeah, he's supposed to come in here in a few minutes.
Drag his ass in.
Yeah, I'm trying. He's weirded out by it a little bit, but I'll get him in here in a minute. I wanted to ask Paul.
You must be ashamed.
Yeah.
It's all fun, man.
Paul, what do you think when you get the pink primer there in Australia? You'll be the first. Do you already have a project lined up, or are you still trying to figure it out?
Yes, I do. I have
You have a what?
A GTR XU1 Tirana.
Nice.
This little one.
And is it going to be?
Bathurst pink, ain't it?
Oh, nice. Nice.
The Holden colour it's getting done in is an Outlaw paint, and it's called Striping Pink.
Okay. Good.
The car was actually sold in pink.
Okay.
Nice. I gotta get these model kits out of here, man. They're driving me nuts.
So, Jim, I just want to let you know I saw that video, the little short you did where you started up the motorboat or the engine without the starter. Neat little.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Go ahead, Wombat. I'm sorry, Jason. Go ahead. Go back to Wombat. Go big screen on him.
Oh, no, that was just the
striping pink.
Pink paint.
Beautiful
color.
Okay.
A lot of heavy color.
And they sold that car in that color.
Yes. The
girls like pink, so if you want to attract girls,
you got yourself a hot little car with a 3.3-liter engine in it and triple carbies.
She went like
Okay.
a dog shot in the ass.
Yeah. The only pink, I mean, other than like pink Cadillacs back in the day, but anything other than that would have been like the Mary Kay, like pink Grand Prix and pink Cadillacs that women got, selling like
Mary
makeup
Kay.
and stuff. So I can't think of any vehicle that they've manufactured in a pink like that. So that's pretty unique. And was it
No.
1 year only, or did they do it for several years?
That's it there.
Okay.
That's the
Was it
actual
a-
car.
Was it a 1 year only offering of the pink?
I think it was on the LC and the LJ, so it's about 3 or 4 years worth.
Okay.
It almost
They
looks
also
like
come in
Pepto
different colors
Bismol.
as well.
I mean, if you pay 183,000 US for a pink car, nobody ought to be talking bad about it.
No, that's what you pay now for one of them.
Right,
What,
right,
those?
right.
Well, that's a 1970 something model car, ain't it, Paulie?
73.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay.
1973. That car's older than me.
Jeez Louise.
He said not even in a caddy.
No, it's a little 2-door.
Australian muscle car, basically.
Okay.
It was
What,
called the Giant.
And it was a V8, I'm assuming.
Straight 6.
Really?
3.3
But people
litre
would put
straight
V8s in
6.
them.
It had the nickname Giant Killer
Okay.
because it used to take on the big GDHO Phase 3s and just kill them.
Twice the size. They just punch
They
them off the
were
line.
running
every time.
351s.
Really?
And the Tiranas just.
But the
Eight them.
phase 3, once they got their legs going, once they got to their bloody bottom end and got the big legs going, they'd reel them in and haul past them.
No
That
kidding.
was the only problem.
And then
Yeah,
the
but
most
then
boys went
the
on
big
the
cars
first
would run out of
race.
brakes. Yeah,
So
but
that's a
after change-
pretty
Sorry?
that's a pretty unique model that you're going to build then.
Well, not down here, it isn't.
No. I mean,
Okay.
to get your hands on them's pretty rare, or was, until this company here started
Hey,
building
buddy,
Australian
Okay.
cars.
hang on.
That's
So,
the guy
Mike-
that Jason knows that 3D prints them, right?
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah,
Okay.
full bore.
You full bore. That's it. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
cool.
full bore.
I own the 1-to-1 model after this one. I own a VK Commodore.
Really?
Yeah, I done a complete resto mold on it. Dumped her in the weeds. New engine, suspension, gearbox, exhaust, diff, disc brakes. Just brought it right up to like 2,000.
Yeah, I want that.
Oh,
Oh wow,
That-
that looks
That is
enough.
badass.
very
That's cool, man.
Yeah,
Full bore.
that is gorgeous.
yeah, yeah.
That is
That looks
beyond
great.
badass.
Really nice in Outlaw Poison Ivy.
You can send me
Yeah.
that too, Jason, when you send me the paints.
And you.
There you go, play it high.
I gotta try.
Yeah, and how much change? How many hundreds of dollars you're going to give me on top of the sending the kits as well?
I don't know, man. We'll figure something out.
Yeah,
Just go to Andrew at full bore and get the kit itself.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
number one.
I could do that.
You won't get number 1.
No,
So
What?
Jason's
all the
got
kits are
number.
numbered.
I've got number one.
Well, that's the one I want.
The kit that I've got is number 38.
Damn.
All the kits are numbered. You actually get the kit number that you've ordered.
That's
that's cool.
I've actually
So-
got a kit that I'm working on, man, that I'm gonna 3D print. It's a pan head, and I'm designing. I've already got the frame, the motor, the forks, the tank, and the front wheel already designed. I've already printed the motor, and I'm going to do the same thing, and I'm only going to do a certain number of those kits, and that's it. And that's kind of what this guy does too.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, the Toronto's not numbered.
Almost
so
like
Wombat,
Iceman,
Paul, and Bill, you probably built those kits. And how awesome are they?
Buff's actually built. Was it the HJ Ute? Buff?
Yep.
Yeah, he's actually built one. Mine's still boxed up because I'm not doing this kit until
That's
I've
the
got my
chassis for the
workshop
Toronto.
completely
Not that you can see it.
sorted. So there's all your parts.
I don't think Jason's paying
That
attention.
come.
Okay.
And
And I can actually, it's that thin, I can see
You
through
can
it.
see through it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow.
And then that's the body.
Nice. Yeah. Very cool.
Then Buff's already showed stuff like this, but that's just a bag of parts.
Uh-huh.
That's just
There's
the
the
subframers.
list. That's everything that's in that bag.
Springs, tie rod ends. Yeah, man. That's super cool.
All individual parts. What's this one? Oh, here's your engine.
Nice.
What's this one? Interior parts.
Wow.
Wow.
They're
That's an
all
incredible
individual
amount of work that must go into to printing those.
Oh, it is, man.
Yeah,
It's a
well,
lot.
look, yeah, he's really good at what he does. And of course, there's your seats.
Nice.
Wow.
We'll see. Yeah.
Awesome.
Very cool.
Exhaust, rediff,
Wow.
and the clear parts are effing clear.
Wow. That's awesome.
Are those clears vacuum formed or are they printed?
I'm not 100% sure.
I'd have to assume vacuum formed, right?
I would
Yeah.
say
Well, vacuum
Yeah.
formed.
Yes,
They're
they
vacuum.
are.
They're vacuum.
That's all one piece.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
I'm getting ready to invest in one of those when I get some money. Is one of them vacuum form machines.
And here you go. Here's some of your auxiliary pieces.
Oh, nice.
Radiator hoses, battery, water containers. Nice.
Damn. Boy, you get everything on that thing. Holy cow, including the wiring.
Yeah. All right. Now at the fun part, trying to put this all back in the box
Back in the
carefully.
box.
Yeah, clear
What?
can be printed. I print clears. It's a pain in the ass, but I print them.
Yeah, I was about to ask you, Ed. You when it comes to printing clear resin, what's the success rate? I mean, is that something you got to be prepared to deal with a lot of rejects before you get one right, or?
It's when I do it, I've got a separate vat.
Oh, yes. Hang on.
Well, it's starting to warm up here finally. That's good.
Oh, that's a lot of detail, man.
Oh,
Right there,
nice.
you got it, Paul.
Yeah, there you go. You got it. Yeah,
That's
That
the
looks
Toronto
great.
engine.
That's pretty cool,
Good
man.
old
Yep,
202 red.
yeah, that looks great.
Very cool.
The fuel bowl's clear on the petrol pump.
Yeah.
Damn, that's great.
Yeah, that's cool.
Paul, can you tell us real quick? What do those kits cost Australian?
165.
Okay.
Yeah. So pittance for you guys over in the States.
Yeah. Just,
Triple Webbers.
I spent that on coffee this morning. Easy peasy.
Yeah, that's still over $100 American.
That's,
Yeah.
It's like $135, I think they are.
Yeah.
here.
Yeah, but it's a worthy investment. I mean, if you're serious about building a car, It looks like those guys
The
deliver.
detail.
Now
the
this full bore is this man is he an independent model
Not
maker?
a big company,
Yes.
mate. He makes it. He's got a few.
Yeah.
Hang on, I'll bring up his website.
Like shipping then too.
Yeah, most of
there's all kinds of stuff
aftermarket
that goes
engines
Hang on.
put in cars from full bore models.
Hang on.
I
Bass,
just slipped floor pan into the body, and it's a snug without cleaning.
You know, as I just want to say, as a modeler that builds that builds airplanes and armor vehicles, and I know this stuff is already happening, it's going on, but you know, for a lot of small parts and a lot of detail parts, for a guy with sausage fingers like mine, doing something like that with something like resin, I mean, is there something moving toward making stronger quality resin? I mean, that holds up a little bit more when it comes to the finer parts, because that's one thing I find pretty frustrating, and I understand scale has a lot to do with it.
10
But
meters to the lead.
The quality of the strength of the resin for smaller parts is what I wonder about.
It depends on the what I showed you earlier, the brake drums that I just printed, and then the backing plates and the brake pads and stuff. That's my design and my prints, and it depends on like when you design it, and I use Autodesk 360 when I go in and design. So it depends on the thickness. And I mean, if I would have made these one piece, if I would have did the backing plate and the drum one piece, it would have been a lot thicker. But I wanted it to where people could use it in their dioramas too. So if you got your car up on a jack stand, you got the brake drum lane, and you could see the whole thing.
Yeah.
Most of my prints, like my mufflers, I mean, I don't know, you can see them, but my mufflers, they're solid. So when I print my muffler, this is one of my mufflers, and it's solid. It just depends on the part, but yeah, most of my smaller parts are strong. Like my pre-drilled distributor kits that I do, they're solid. So with your fat sausage fingers, it's hard to break them. It just depends on the person who's doing the print, who you get them from. So like when somebody buys my 3D stuff from me, I don't want them to get it and then it winds up breaking and they're like, well, this is crap. And then it makes it make me look bad. So if it doesn't clear past me, I won't let it go. So and there's a few stuff that
I'm not. Yeah, I don't want to intimate by what I'm saying that I'm getting like stuff that's not any good or weak or poor quality. I mean, I'm just for the record, I don't build small parts very well. Small piece assemblies. I mean, as much as I try, even with just standard plastic, it's just very difficult for me to build it cleanly and properly, whether it's cleaning apart or assembling it without too much glue, without breaking it. That's me. And I see Scale Model Muse says here, if resin is weak, it's over cured. Okay, be that as it may. What I'm saying is that I know for someone like myself, maybe I just need to get used to handle it more often because I don't really work with a lot of resin in my.
You used to work with something small, but aren't you?
I'm sorry, what's that, Jason?
That's why he wants
to work with something small.
He said you're used to working with something small.
Yeah, well, yeah, okay.
Have you got kids, Jim?
I'm sorry?
Have you got kids?
Sorry. Me?
Do you have kids, Jim?
Yes.
Which one? Which Jim?
Breaking Bad Jim.
Oh, Heisenberg. No, I'm a single man.
Okay, fair enough. Well, then my comment won't work.
Okay,
If you got admit they must be good with a turkey baster.
See you, GB, mate. Have a great one, mate. Take care. Stay safe.
Okay.
See you,
GB.
Later, GB.
Everybody.
Later, GB.
Scale Model, she's correct, man. If you overcure it too, it makes it brittle. So it just depends. Right. It depends on how long you cure them and stuff too. I know how long to cure my stuff. Like when I first started doing the prints, I would overcure and it would break. It just makes them real brittle. So that it depends on, like I said, it depends on who you buy this stuff from and who's designing it. There's a lot of great 3D printers out there that guys that are designing quality stuff. I've got some model clubs that I belong to on Facebook, and I've seen guys complaining that they buy stuff from these newbies that are starting to print, and they show the quality of the stuff that they've got, and it's like warped, where they didn't put enough bracing, or it broke because it was too brittle because they overcured it. It just depends, man. When you get to like the pouring stuff, like like that guy does, there's a guy I deal with. His name is Angel Acosta. He does phenomenal work. He is up there with Jimmy Flintstone. And this guy, he designs all his stuff, but he does the mold pours. He does not do 3D printing. So he is still out there like Jimmy Flintstone is, that does that. Those can be really brittle too. It just, like I said, it just depends on the person. And you were talking about like with the clears, I have a different vat when I do my clears. I have one vat for my solid color, and I have my other vat for my clear color, and I do clear reds too. So it's trial and error when it comes to the clears. It's pretty much trial and error when you're doing your bracing on all your printing. I've done stuff that the bracing is in the wrong spot. Now that I've been doing it for so long, I pretty much know where the bracing goes, but you're not going to get it on the first print. So that's what we do. We call them test prints. So then once we do our test prints, then we saw them. Like the drums, I did a test print on the drums. They didn't turn out the way I wanted to. So I had to go back in, reconfigure them, put the bracing in different spots. Once I got it reconfigured and rebraced them, my drums are phenomenal. They turn out perfect. I mean, you can even the detail on the inside of the drum, and you can see all the fins on the drum. So it depends, Jim. You know.
Okay. Well, we got a guest here. Jim, you want to introduce your son?
Yep, this is my son Wesley. How's it going?
Hello there. Hello there, Wesley.
So he hasn't. If you guys would just very briefly, would you guys show him, and maybe Jason can show us. Jason's in the back right now, but would you guys show off some of what you've built? Because I'm always impressed. Just like whatever's close to you, because he hasn't really exposed.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, which one?
Anything that you think is cool, just to show him what's possible. Okay, so here Jason's in the back, so he can't full screen us yet.
Oh, Bilge, that's turning out badass.
Man,
oh my
that
God,
looks great.
Terry
Holy
Senior?
moly.
Hey,
Go full screen on that, Jason.
Yeah, these guys are amazing.
That's awesome.
He'll full screen us.
Oh, there you go.
That's turned out awesome, man.
Yeah,
That's Bill.
Nice.
He's Navy too.
That's
that's
awesome.
very cool. Yeah, they got the shocks and stuff. Ain't that cool?
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And he's a chronic masturbator as well, but we won't.
That's awesome, man.
You say he's a chronic masturbator as well?
Yes, mate. Yeah, we attend online meetings.
Is that why he's got the hand that's all crippled up?
www.pornhub.com. That's where the meetings all gather. And
let's see what
someone else get up there.
Somebody else.
What Wombat and Paul. Okay, Paul's got one ready. Go ahead. Yeah, let's see Paul. Yeah, Paul's work. There you go.
Look at that.
Wow. Dig it, man. That is really sharp.
God dang.
That is awesome. So is it supposed to be like a CH53? Is that what it is?
Yeah, it's the Sea Stallion.
I gotcha. Okay.
Have you fueled those?
I've done King Stallions and Super Stallions.
Nice.
Yep. That is awesome.
That's what he fuels aircraft.
Yep.
Okay.
He fit right in, man.
and, young man, if you ever need to talk to any of us, mate, about your dad, we understand, okay? we understand what you're going through, and we're there for you.
Right?
Let's see, Wombat. You got something?
Young bloke like Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yeah.
Wombat, what you got?
Does?
So it's a M1135 sport vehicle for an only beat now. So it's an old one. It's a bit of a work in progress. But
Yeah, no, that's awesome.
Yeah, that's so cool.
I love tanks.
another work in progress.
Oh,
72nd
wow.
Haskell Harrier GR3, but I've done it up in a bit of a model paint scheme. So it was actually just a test of trying out airbrushing and getting the mottling done.
The paint looks awesome.
Camel, Wombat, the camo scheme. What? I've never seen a Harrier painted like that. What country is that?
No, it's actually just a.
Build.
It's not. It's just one I made up. It's actually based on this little.
Oh, okay.
gecko.
All right.
So,
Okay. Very cool.
so it's
I
still got
like
a
it.
little bit to go.
I like it. Okay. Well, I'll go next.
Yeah, build.
All right,
What do you
here we
got,
go.
Bill?
Oh, yeah. That is incredible.
Oh my god.
That's so cool, dude.
Turn it
Oh,
the other way around, Bill. Let's see the other side. Yeah, check this out.
He's like, Bill's like, you had to ask, didn't you?
This whole room can explode.
There you go.
Oh,
So you
like
can
a
see
cross
it.
section.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So you see
Wow.
stuff like that at a maritime museum.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Wow.
Very cool.
right.
About 4 years to get it to this point.
4 years?
Yep.
It's been working
Damn.
on it for 4
I know
years.
Scale
Okay.
Model Outlaw Mike was asking a question before about where can I buy your stuff. I don't know who he was talking to, if he's talking to me or who he was talking to, man. Mike, who are you talking to, man?
Yeah, it's a few comments up, Jason. Where can I buy your stuff?
Yeah, I
I
don't
saw
know
that.
if he was talking to me, just get a hold of me, Mike.
Okay.
But yeah, as for my wooden ships, that's not my biggest one.
Just get a hold of me.
I got a-
Email me, Mike, and then you can go on the website. I don't have everything listed yet, but if there's something like you want my brake drum kits or something, man, get a hold of me and I'll talk with you, man.
Okay. Jason, you wanna bring me up, please? I'm gonna show you what the tank's looking like now.
He's got an Achilles.
There it is.
Oh my god.
Damn,
Yeah,
man.
This is I got her weathered as much as I wanted to, and the tape, the light color that's to me a tape that I'm using for the straps for all the extra gear that goes on these things. They were just overloaded with them. So now I'm gonna put stuff on the hull, on the back and forward part of the hull, like road wheels and boxes and stuff like that. And I'm gonna make a few tarps out of that icky sticky epoxy putty I got from you, Ed.
Nice.
I want to try that stuff, but you can see the weathering that's on the bottom. I just that is just me mixing one weathering fluid and powder up after another with a little pigment fixer here and there, because I wanted to make this thing look dusty, not so much muddy, but dusty. And so that's how she's looking right now. So moving
Great
along.
job.
Thanks very much.
Job.
Yeah,
It looks good, man.
thank you, Ed. Thanks a lot.
I'll be back in a second. I'm going to spray that pink primer.
Are you?
So stay there. Hang on, that's not mute.
You got to put the compressor on and go.
Okay.
So
All right.
what have you, Jim? What have you been working on, man?
I'm working on that plow truck, the one you're giving me crap about, because I just tore it open and started to go to town. But I wanted to work on something on the live, so I threw caution to the wind. But I got that. I have a 1969 K5 Blazer I'm working on, and also a 63 Impala Super Sport convertible.
That is going to be awesome, man. Are you going to do start to finish on that one, on those videos?
Yes, yep. Those are all video. Not the plow truck. The plow truck's just him and I. But the
Blazer.
Yes, sir. Yep, the Blazer, and my family's gonna hate it, but the '63 Impala is gonna be kind of like a lowrider. I want to use some of Jason's like green and gold, and do like some of the lowrider theme. What's holding me up on that though? You might be able to help me with. I gotta come up with some wire wheels.
I can help you.
Okay, I'll email you.
Okay. Yeah, get a hold of me,
Sweet.
man. I'll give you my number, man. When we get off, I'll get a
Okay.
hold of you on your Facebook or on your YouTube, and then I'll give you my number and we can talk. And then I'll send you some
sounds
pictures
great.
of some of the stuff I got, and then we can figure out what size you want and everything else, and then I'll print them for you.
Awesome. That'd be fantastic.
Yep. Yeah, that'd be cool, man. I can even give you some pretty badass mutters and stuff too with lockouts, man, for that K9, that Blazer.
Oh, that's the idea. Yep, that's the direction I'm headed. You move right away. Yeah. Yeah. Do you have so you're down in the south. You're in Arkansas?
Yeah, Arkansas.
Okay. Do you still see them down there in one piece, or are they all gone?
Of the Blazers?
The K5s, yeah.
There's actually today, I just went on Facebook Marketplace, and there's somebody that has one that is in pristine condition. They're selling for $50,000 down here.
God dang, ain't that crazy? That's
Dude,
how they are up here. Yeah.
It is, and I mean, when I seen it, I was under the table like this.
Right.
It was just, I was like, oh my God, man. I couldn't believe it because it was just incredible because I had one.
But
and
everybody
it wasn't
did,
the same color, but just to see it brought me back. I had one, man. I was like, oh my God, that thing is beautiful. But for 50 grand,
yeah, that's crazy, man.
I'm sure they'll get it. I'm sure they will.
Right.
You see a lot of the older stuff down here because we don't have salt. Well, we do now.
Right.
But back in the day, like when I first moved down here, the first time I seen snow down here, I seen the roads and they were black and they were smoking. And I was like, what the hell is that? So my buddy that I work with, he would come get me and I would ride with him to go to work. And I said, what's all over the road? Why are they black? They would take hot ash mixed with sand and spread it on top of the snow so you could at least get traction and melt the top half. They didn't use salt. So everything down here is solid. But now they're starting to use liquid salt down here because we get ice storms so bad. And the ice down here, oh yeah, ice is bad.
Oh yeah.
If we get ice down here, it'll take the power lines down because of the weight of the ice, and it busts trees in half because of the weight. So
in Arkansas, really?
Yeah, you get them all over the South. You get them in Texas. You get them in Alabama. You get them anywhere where that moisture. Ed, I was going to ask you. You're in Arkansas. Are you around Mountain Home?
I'm right outside of Mountain Home.
Okay, yeah. The reason I ask is because my best friend's mom and dad moved down. They're gone now, but they had settled down there in the mid '90s, and that's where they finished out their retirement years down there. So I was just curious to get an idea where in Arkansas you're at. Okay.
Yep,
yeah,
right
ice storms are brutal, man. They used to tell me about how we couldn't communicate with anyone. Phone lines are out, power was out, everything. The whole place just shuts down because that damn ice just. You could probably find photos of this stuff online somewhere. Go to the Weather Channel or just look up on YouTube. It's incredible.
I could post pictures of ice, the storms and the poles busted and everything from what I've took pictures of when I seen down here. It's insane. You can believe it. And the funny thing is, if it just gets a dusting of snow down here, the people down here freak out and they don't know how to drive. There's people in ditches and there's like this much snow on the road because they don't know how to drive.
I'll tell you what, Ed, even up here, people don't know how to drive anyway. They're still in the ditches because they're driving their freaking cars. They're driving their freaking cars and their trucks, and they think I got 4-wheel drive, so I can drive like I can do 50 down a side street. I'll be fine. Nope. You're going off the road, buddy. Physics don't care. Yeah. It's incredible. So you're not from Arkansas. Where are you from?
Damn internet.
Me? I'm originally from up like 20 minutes from the Wisconsin borderline, McHenry.
Oh, really? That's where I was today.
I grew up in.
That's where I was today.
Cary.
I was in McHenry. That's where I was. Yeah. It was.
That's where I came from.
You can look it up. The acronym is NIMCON. NIMCON. And I think it's an IPMS sponsored show. but it happens every June in the McHenry County College. And this year they moved it to a
Really?
VFW in the town McHenry itself, right on 120, just east of 31.
That's good boy.
Yep. I know exactly where it's at, man.
All right, yeah. Well, I was in your neck of the woods, so to speak, today. Yeah. Now I'm about 50 miles south of there in Oswego.
That's where I moved from, and I moved down here. I've been in Arkansas for 16 years. So.
Okay.
What did you want to say, James? James wants to say something.
Wes has a question for you guys.
Yeah, Jim. So my dad's been saying that you're like really big into like armor and stuff like that. Do you have a mother from World War I?
I'm sorry, a
mother?
Yeah, a mother.
The British had two types of tank. They had mother and they had the father.
Oh, yeah. Okay. You're talking about the Mark IV, the male and the female. No, I haven't built any.
Paulie's got one there.
Paulie's got it.
I haven't built any armor, World War I armor yet. I want to. Tamiya makes a really nice Mark IV, both versions, male and female. And what you mean by that is the male had the 6-pounder naval gun on there. Yeah, Paul's got one. Jason's still messing with his paint. I was going to say we go full screen on Paul. That's what you call a Mark IV male. It's got the 6-pounder naval gun on there. The female, same tank, but without the 6-pounder. It was just machine guns. And but no, I don't have any of that. I want to build because there is a huge market of World War I armor out there now, and there's some really nice kits.
It's so cool.
Yeah,
great job, Paul.
That's the Tamiya one.
Awesome. That's
Jason,
awesome.
Jason, can you go big screen with Paul, please? There we go.
Oh, yeah.
The track's moved.
Paul, it's motorized?
Yep.
Wow.
Cool. Look at the
kit.
Yeah. Oh, my God. Wow.
That is awesome.
Paul.
It's straight out of the box.
Is that the Tamiya kit?
Yep.
How'd you get it to the tracks to move? Is it motorized?
Yeah. The sponsors are supposed to come off so you can get to the batteries.
Okay, I had no idea. I mean, I knew that they make the suspension, not suspension. There's no suspension on those things, but the wheels could move and the tracks could move with them. But I didn't know you could motorize it.
No, it comes in the kit.
Yeah, that's great.
That's
awesome.
So cool.
There you go.
A lot of you.
What he's got there, that's a Mark IV male. That's got the 6-pounder gun on there.
Yeah.
Here we go, boys.
Nice. His new pink primer.
Mm-hmm.
Am I losing another light? Yeah.
Yeah,
nice.
That's it.
Sweet.
Ready to rock and roll.
That's good.
Hey,
That's
Brian, yes, it's like that down here too, man. If they mention snow, everybody freaks out and goes and gets the milk and the bread. It's like, seriously? That's all they got to do is say it's going to snow and people freak. If you go into Walmart, if they say there's going to be snow, the bread and the milk are completely wiped. You can't even get it because people freak out. So yeah, that's what Brian was saying. They live on bread and milk sandwiches.
If it snowed here, I'd be locking the car in the garage because there's no way it'd stay straight.
I think if you guys got snow down there in Australia, I think we're heading toward an ice age then.
It's like a G.
No, it does.
The end of the world.
We have Mayfield in Australia.
I learned something the other day. I know it's rare, but Australia has more snow than Switzerland.
Yep.
I don't know what it is.
Really?
Yeah.
It's a
Oh, yeah, you were telling me, Jason, up in the mountains.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that'd be about the
mountains.
only place it could snow would be in the mountains, right? I mean, I can't imagine it being cold enough to snow even in the worst winter in Melbourne or Sydney or wherever you guys are at, all those East Coast cities.
No, Jim, it'll snow in Ballarat, which is only an hour.
Yep, it's true. Australia has more snow than Switzerland.
2 years ago,
Huh.
it actually snowed out near Tenterfield, which is about 4 hours drive from me. It got that cold.
Is that inland from you, Bill?
Yeah, it's inland for me, about 4 hours in. I'm only
Okay.
like 30 k's off the coast, off the east coast.
Yeah, I would
And
think it would
when
have
we
to
get
be
a good
inland to snow. Yeah.
Southwester in winter, we can have frost here. We can wake up in the morning to a frost.
Okay.
Because
Okay.
Didn't you just say there was frost or today, Builds?
No, we're due to get frost next week. We're getting down into
that's what you were saying.
single-digit Celsius temperatures.
All right. Well, Wesley, you got any more questions? I mean, let's open it up to the young man. What else you got?
I know this isn't about my son being here, but I've told him so much about you guys and the lives and what we're doing and talking about. So, Bilge, do you still have? At some point, it seemed like you showed me your pickup truck. Because we're Toyota people, like we love Yodas,
Oh,
and it seems like you. Yeah.
My shit box.
No, hey, that's not. I'm not. No, not knocking it. They're awesome.
Yeah, we don't get them here.
Yeah, we can't get a Hilux. We can have a Tacoma. It's not the same because yours is a diesel, right? Yeah, he went outside last time and showed me.
Hey, Goose. What you doing?
Aw.
Looks like a nice day out there.
You mean this poor old
Bill.
girl?
Oh, there it is.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. Hell yeah. And it's a diesel, right?
Yep. 2.8 liter diesel.
Damn, man. I didn't know they made a diesel on the Toyotas, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't get them here.
Oh, she's going to get some full screen. This is what I got to live with.
That's beautiful.
What are we looking at here? That's beautiful.
That's his backyard, bastard.
That's Bilge's backyard.
Wow.
I'll take that.
Yeah.
You can keep
Watch
the
out,
behind
Bill. Drop there. Look out.
Where? Oh, Jesus, don't scare me like that, Buff.
Propagating the myth of the drop bear.
Man.
Yeah, so I got to put up with that every day.
Yeah,
I
rough.
know that must be tough.
Oh, yeah, it is. It's very hard.
Yeah, I'm bleeding.
I got close to that, but not as much like that. I don't have neighbors, man. Neighbors are nothing but a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
So Jim, are you you mentioned last time you're in a rural? Are you in the Upper Peninsula?
No, sir. No, we're about an hour and a half. Yeah, I could show you in Michigan. We're about an hour and a half north of Detroit, northwest of Detroit. I'm 6 hours from Chicago.
Okay.
Remember the Flint water crisis? The whole deal?
Not exactly. No.
Okay. Well,
But are you near Flint, Michigan? Is that it?
Yeah, we're about 15 or 20 miles northeast of Flint, but it's rural. Yeah, we're out in the country out here. Lots of deer and raccoons and
Yeah. My sister, when she was married, she had a vacation home. She split with her then husband. They're no divorce now, but it was up in near Eagle River, Wisconsin, and it was a little town. Yeah, it was a little town called Land O'Lakes, and on the other side of the lake was the UP. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, great place to visit. Beautiful. I mean, you talk about in the middle of fucking nowhere. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, God's country. No, you're fine. He's a United States Marine. You ain't bothering him though.
We call it.
I was gonna say, man, you're all good.
Yeah. Well, when I was at that model contest today, I was looking at some of the work these guys did. I'm gonna post some pictures. I'll send them to Jason, but I could send you too, Jim. But I'm looking at some of this stuff, and I was just amazed by it. And there's these two kids behind me. I didn't say one. She was this cute little girl. She couldn't have been more than 10 years old. And I'm like, fuck, look at that. And I was like, oh, jeez. Oh, man. I hate when I do that. But I mean, I was looking at this model. It just blew me away. So anyhow, if you look for the NimCon show, you might be able to find pictures from the show that maybe someone took. I know Fine Scale Modeler, their photographers were there. Those guys usually do show up to most shows that I see in the Northern Illinois area. So, but yeah, I mean, I understand you're a Marine and everything. That's cool. But when I say that, it's like, oh man, who's around? Because I just sometimes I don't know about you guys, but I make sure no one's around when I work on my models because I'm cussing up a storm sometimes.
I could give a rat's ass who's around.
Opinions like assholes. Everyone's got one.
What do we got here? Paul's showing us something. He's got.
Paul's got.
That's Paul.
He's got a newer version.
What does your husband drive?
That's oh my son
right.
But
Fox in Colorado.
You open the door, brother.
That's only got 300,000 Ks on it.
Yeah, well, mine's got over 500 and still on original internals.
Okay.
Paul, that came factory with the snorkel and everything on it, right?
No.
No, you added that?
Yes, snorkel, bull bar, side steps, 2-inch lift, winch.
Okay. All right.
When 2 inches somewhere.
Yeah, true.
When I was in Africa, we had Land Cruisers there, and they all came. They were all diesels, which I wasn't used to. Like all Toyotas here are gas engines, so I thought it was really cool that they were all diesel, but they all came factory with a snorkel. It was kind of weird. Like that's all aftermarket here. None of that ever comes stock on it. So I thought that was cool to see.
It's just clean air.
Do what?
Brian from Got Fuel.
With the snorkels for the Land Cruisers, it's just for clean air, so the dust doesn't get in.
Okay.
It's not for water.
It's not for water because it's not that well sealed.
Okay. Good thing you didn't try it.
We never had a snorkel on my old man's cruiser, and we've had water up to the windscreen.
Nice.
Yeah, but that's an old one, though. That's when they were built proper.
Oh yeah, here. Look what James is driving. Look what he's driving here. 2007 200 series Land Cruiser. It sounds big. Land Cruiser's their biggest one, right? Toyota, is that the biggest one they got?
Oh, it depends.
Thanks for
The Nissan try and outdo Cruiser.
No, wait a minute. I'm thinking about what the Tundra. Isn't that even bigger than the Land Cruiser? That thing's enormous.
It went down.
That's what his wife drives.
I don't have a
That's
one.
car.
That's the one I was telling you about. Yeah. That's so cool. Yeah. Yep.
Unfortunately, my car's covered in a bunch of crap at the moment, so I can't show you.
Well, here was mine before I lent it to my sons, and they bent it in half, literally. And
this is how you wreck a
full-size pickup. Okay, all right, yeah, okay.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and that was before it got all upgraded with ATs and 2-inch lift on it and a full alloy front bar. But they bent it from the front of the rack. They bent steel rock sliders. They ripped off tore off the front left corner of the alloy bar. The headrest popped off, snapped off, and they snapped both of the CBs completely out of the box.
Nice.
Yeah, and they said, "Oh, we're only doing it was only a small jump, Dad."
Yeah, right.
Yep.
We
Foster's
it wasn't that far.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they were probably.
What?
I don't know if they're getting busy or not.
They launched it.
There we go.
Yeah, they launched that fucker, all right.
Oh yeah, no, Dad, no. We're only doing 30k an hour, and
When we hit the ground.
here we go.
Yeah, right.
Oh, nice. Nice.
That's one of them idiots in there.
It's one of the idiots in there, you said?
Yeah,
Yeah,
my
Jake
children.
driving.
Yeah.
He buried his
Yeah,
forerunner the first trip out with his license.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
first day with my license, I got on the dirt road,
You don't
and
have to go.
my buddy was next to me, and I got on the gas. He's like, "Don't do it," and I looked at him. I was like, "I have to do it." And about 10 seconds later, I was in a 6-foot ditch, like just the whole thing covered in mud, and I freaked out. And I called one of my buddies, and he pulled me out of it. And I only left with a broken antenna. I thought like the suspension was done for. It was a 96, and we'd welded the frame from rust, and I was like, for sure it's done. Broken antenna, that was it. And I didn't tell him for a while because I knew he was going to be like, "You just got your license. I can't believe you did that."
So that's some of my boys. There's another
Oh,
5
yeah.
of them. Yeah. This culprit here, this culprit here, this culprit here, and one of their other brothers. Yeah, we're only doing 30 kilometers an hour.
Nice.
Shit.
Yeah, right. Were you drinking? Not too much.
Yeah.
Oh, that's all right then.
Yeah.
Why are you buying?
Yeah, so yeah. Some of my boys, yeah, so
The last thing you want to hear when you're out 4-wheel driving is, "Here, hold my beer."
yeah. Send it.
That's what it. That's how it is
So
here too.
how long are you on leave for?
About a week in, and I got about another week left. I leave today's Saturday. I leave next Tuesday, Monday or Tuesday, I believe, the following week. Yeah,
Okay.
Where are you
we,
stationed at, man?
I'm in North Carolina right now.
That's not far from an NASCAR track.
Are you?
How far from Wilkesboro?
Yeah. So how long have you been in the Marine Corps, man?
I'm coming up on 3 years now, so I got about a year left till I'm back here bugging him every day.
He's a corporal.
Yeah, I'm a corporal, so
Right?
that's been fun. I get,
Kicking your dad.
have a little bit.
man.
Do what?
That's cool, man.
What-
I
Oh
said,
yeah,
I said
yeah.
he'd be coming home and kicking his dad's ass then, man.
Oh, I already can. I just don't want to hurt him.
You want me to do what?
I'll never be that old.
In the words of Bill Cosby, may I put this into your father's mouth? Words in this father's mouth. I
Right.
brought you into this world. I'll take you out.
Thank you, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fort Bragg, is that still Fort Bragg, or did they rename that?
No, he said New River, Jacksonville.
Yeah, it's in Jacksonville. It's an air station.
Okay. Well, I'm saying, if you notice one of the comments
boy,
down
you
there,
might
it's
appreciate.
asking you.
I had this sent to me
Hang on.
from
hang
a
on, Bill.
fellow modeler up in the States.
Hang on, Bilge.
Yeah, I'm hanging.
Oh, you
There
got a
you go.
Lance Corporal stuff
Nice.
on. Awesome.
That got sent to me by Ed's Modeling. And
Nice.
he's a decorating vet.
Okay.
Nice. Very cool. Oh yeah.
So that goes in
Yeah.
my collection of various other badges and ranks and ratings and that I've got. You still got yours, Buff? I sent you.
Which one, mate?
You know the one in your Diddy box.
Your
Hang
titty
on.
box.
What the divvy box, which is right here.
Which I custom built
Divvy
for him.
box.
That's all made out of timber.
So Bilge made all this. Hang on.
So Wesley, do you build any models? Are you interested in scale modeling or anything near it?
So
Definitely.
Oh,
all
nice.
out of timber.
That's cool, man.
That is a whole
That's cool
section
as
that
shit.
I copied from my 1/200 scale Bismarck that I made a ditty box of
okay.
Buffy. He lost his.
Nice. Very nice.
So, oh look, I got some Edward PE in there, and a mask, canopy mask.
That's the one, Buffy.
FC, fire controller. Oh, what would you believe? Some Spitfire stickers.
On the victory.
And the pig one.
That's what we're supposed to be doing, is building some.
Royal Australian Navy.
Builders Navy, too.
Okay.
Oh, there we go.
Okay.
There we go. The battle ensign.
And
Nice.
Oh, yeah.
and I've got the barrel of a what is that one for? Then?
Probably for the Panzer.
It is for the Panzer.
Found it.
See the shit you don't even know you got.
Yeah, oh mate, this is nothing. This is like, but these are the things. Some of the things that I just go, like in this box, means a lot to me because Bilge made it.
Built models.
Like, have a look at that.
I think
That's
badass,
all
man.
handcrafted. That is just spectacular.
That is some great craft work there, Bilge. My compliments.
It's actually even got a secret compartment in it.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
That's where you hide the lube.
Hang on, I'll get rid of my ugly face.
Okay, Fort Bragg is now Fort Liberty. Okay, yeah, there's unfortunately a campaign to just wipe out all these names because they're associated with the Civil War, and you're taking away, Fort Bragg is just another example of it. So, okay, all right. Well, Wesley, what do you do? What modeling subjects do you build?
So I've been, pretty busy in the past 3 years. I leave a lot. I was on a deployment. I do a lot of training exercises. But as a kid, when my dad would be working on cars in the garage, we had an old wood stove, and he had me a little desk, and he had me building models since I was a kid. And obviously, when I joined the Marine Corps, I couldn't do that. Legos I was doing. It was kind of, I've always loved Legos. So I was kind of doing that. And then now that I'm back soon, I started, especially with him starting the channel, I got really, really into it again. So that's why we're going to work on this pickup some more. And once I'm back, I'll probably have a desk next to his and working on different stuff.
And you can save yourself a lot of time by working on boards because they're just not worth it.
Did it freeze? It froze.
Okay, great. Well, excellent.
You can save yourself some time by working on boards because they're just not worth it.
On boards.
Don't work on boards.
On boards.
He said save yourself from working on Fords because they're just not worth it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Muse. Good, man.
Okay, see you later. See you later, Muse. Okay.
Later, Muse. Thanks for dropping by.
Well,
good.
I'll tell you what. I used to have my favorites when I was a kid. I mean, I was never much of a gearhead, but I always, my brother definitely was. I grew up with a lot of automobiles. He built car models. He was a master of the spray can when we were kids. He was 3 years older than me. He's gone now, sadly, but he was an awesome model builder. But he also was a major gearhead. I mean, as a kid, he wound up crewing on a funny car. The man that lived across the alley from us ran a funny car on his own. I mean, we're talking early 70s, back when he had most quarter mile stuff was individually owned. Before big time sponsorship. Long story boring. He wound up crewing on the funny car, and he just loved his cars and trucks and everything. he would love to be what you doing, what you guys are doing, like your channel, Jim. He would be digging that stuff. Anything with motor vehicles, whether it's new, old, or anything, he would be into it. But what I was saying is that I used to have my favorites, but to me, Ford, Chevy, GM, Chrysler, those old cars, I love them all. I just really do. You know, I mean, it's a time and an era that is gone, and it's beautiful to see him in old films like Steve McQueen's Mustang. He drove in Bullet.
Yeah.
It's one of my
one
of my favorite hot rods of all time. Even though there were like 4 or 5 of them, but he did have one himself. So you know, if the King of Cool drove a Ford, that's all right with me.
Yeah.
Okay.
Paul, sorry.
Just for a quick second, I'll bring it up. Now, I got contacted by this. There's quite a few elite modelers, as we all know, over the world. There's a guy called Raphael ESTU Studio. He's starting up in August, I think it is, a Vietnam build. So far, it's on Instagram, but he's got 60 so far, and I'm actually sponsoring it. I'm donating some vouchers and whatever as prizes or whatever. But he's on Instagram, RAFAEL ESTUDIO . Lovely guy. I've got to speak to him. He's in Switzerland. So this will be worldwide. And
I should dust off my NAM build and finish it.
And Bill, you'd be great. Paul, you'd be great. Wombat, you'd be great. Jim, you know, Vietnam. Ed, you need to get some Vietnam builds. And Jimmy, mate, well, you're pretty much left out in the like stuff like.
I guess I don't understand.
Give me a reason to build this one, Buff.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
So, yeah, hang on, build.
Let's see it again.
Oh, nice.
Okay.
Nice.
Oh, AFV Club. Okay, yeah, they make some great stuff. Yeah.
So
I've also got a Centurion as well.
Over the next a month or so, I'm going to try and promote it a bit more for him because it's going to be huge. You, mate, foolproof. Yep, FOOL. Yep. Ask anybody.
It's foolproof, dude.
Ed sprayed it. Wombat's used it. Jim's used it. Paul's used it. And Jimmy's used it.
I've used it here right now.
You can't mess it up, man. If you mess it up, then you're a dumb fuck.
Hey, if a stoker can use it, anybody can. Hey, Buff.
I have messed it up.
Well, I can't say that I'm there with Paul. The first time I used it, I fucked it up too. So I wasn't paying attention.
Sprayed it
so,
like
I mean,
and just tried to go all the way through the whole bottle.
Yeah, just what the fuck? I had shit everywhere.
Yeah, straight up the extraction vent.
Yeah, so use the instructions on the side of the bottle.
I think in doing
I
this
gotta get a new
pilot seat for the Spitfire, I think I used a total of 4 drops of black primer, about 4 drops of russet, and probably a drop or 2 of black for the seat and a drop or 2 of the cockpit green. And I still ended up putting some back.
Yeah. Yeah, now that I know how to use it, I'm about the same way. The small parts, I just use a couple drops when I'm spraying my small parts, and it's covered. You're done.
And if you overfill your cup, you can put it back in the bottle.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't do that with anything else.
Well, the eyedropper bottles you can pop the top off of, but they're not my favorite style of bottle to handle. Unfortunately, a lot of them are going toward, especially the Spanish acrylics. But AK is just about to release their new real color line in those 17 mil eyedropper bottles. Forget it, man. I'll take the 10 mil glass bottles they had before. Those are so much easier to work with for a shaky hands guy like me. Nah, I lose more paint going the other way with those narrow dropper bottles. I've got a funnel I use, but I'll take the glass bottles any day.
15 to
My
20,
bottle
man.
of black
That's where you
primer.
want to spray.
This is my first empty one.
Yeah,
I've
yeah,
done
just like the label says.
two
Yep,
tanks,
yep, exactly. I
three
echo what
a car.
I echo what Paul and Ed said about the paint. I wasted a crap load at first, and then I dialed it down, and I just figured out how to use it, and then the rest of it went down easy, and I used hardly any of it. So yeah, a little break-in period, but that's how it is. You just got to get used to it.
Somebody's been spraying at about 10, 8, and the new thinner that has been engineered, which will come out in the next month or so, which will be integrated into the paints, is 10, 20 times better. The way it chemically reacts, the way it flows, and I mean, it already flows great. This is even better.
Interesting.
The engineering in this thinner, so
Did it freeze again?
it goes better.
Okay.
I don't know how, but it just does. So I'll let the scientists deal with that. But
Take it. We're gonna have
10 or 20 times better.
We're losing our internet over here, but I promise you guys, he's here. We're running the new Ethernet cord out. We already ordered everything we need. We have a really nice router, and we're gonna have a hard connection from the house out here. So these issues should be over.
How big's his guns?
Oh yeah, he's got guns. Oh yeah, plenty.
That's good. How's he with a shovel?
This is gonna sound crazy, but I have an old chainsaw with an old chainsaw chain, and I'm gonna rip it right through the side and push the cable in.
Yep, righto.
Hey, it'll work.
Upstairs for thinking, downstairs for dancing.
Yep.
That's it.
Yeah. So Jim and Ed, I will reach out to both of you guys soon. Wombat, I want to thank you again for helping me with the camera situation. All the stuff that you sent in that email, I've used over the last few weeks to decide on a camera, which will be reused to record the next video. So I really, really appreciate you walking me through and understanding the very basics that I needed to know about cameras. That was huge. Thank you.
Not a problem at all. Happy to help out.
Okay, Paul.
Yes.
Jim,
mate.
you can go on my website, Jim, and you can get my phone number and my email too, man.
Will do.
Paul, can you talk to Jeff and answer these questions, please, mate?
Oh, okay. What's he saying?
I can tell him right away. The textured paint, he wants to know. I would use it as a vinyl top, but
okay.
Yeah, I haven't used it yet.
The textured paint is phenomenal.
Okay, Jim, you signing off now?
I wanted to see what Ed and Paul had to say about this because I'm curious. Have you used it?
No, I haven't used it yet.
I've used the text. I've used it, and the paint's phenomenal. As far as using it for a vinyl top, I don't think it would. I mean, it could, but I used it for like my headliner on this car that I'm building. I used it textured on the headliner, and I actually used it on the chassis because I wanted the chassis to look like it was undercoated. And it really is textured. It really is textured.
Wow.
Man. This stuff is awesome. I mean, I don't know. You can see it is textured.
Yeah.
You could try. What I would say, Jeff, is try it on a shit body and see what it's like. But I mean, to me, it doesn't really look like a vinyl top. That's just me, though, man.
It depends on the color too. But
yeah,
vinyl
I've only used the black.
Vinyl is a smooth surface. Like when you go to your car, it's not textured. Your vinyl top was smooth.
Yeah.
Vinyl isn't textured unless it was a rippled vinyl and the ripple vinyl would have a pattern in it, right? Yeah.
Right.
So then you would have to mask up with painstaking agony some sort of ripple effect in it, like all your lines and whatever.
We just
So,
lost it again, didn't
like
we?
your seats, like your interiors, your door panels, your boot liner, your underbody, some in the engine bay. Yes, it's great. But for a vinyl top, me personally, I wouldn't go down that route.
Yeah, that's why I said I recommend it on a shit body, but yeah, I wouldn't either, man. I mean, it's like Jason said, you know, a lot of people use masking tape for a vinyl top. The problem is with the masking tape, though, what happens to the adhesive after it starts to dry out? It starts to release. So there's one company that does make a vinyl top kit. I forgot who it is. I can't think of it. My brother just got it and he tried it. But as far as using that on a vinyl, I mean, you would just have to experiment with it, is what I would do, man. Yeah, he got the plum crazy. He got the leather kit. Yeah, he got the brandy candy. He got the black, the tire black and the beige. Mike, yeah, start filling it, buddy, because I'm telling you, Jason's paint I'm telling you, man. I thank Jason, like I said, man, for giving me the chance to show everybody here what his paint is, and that's all I use. I don't use brush paints really hardly anymore. I mean, every once in a while, you know, I'll pull out one of my Model Masters to touch up, or, you know, my testers, but pretty much this whole build has been outlaw. This whole build. So, I mean, the tire black is phenomenal. His chrome, I'm gonna tell you now. Here's Jason's chrome, man. I don't know if you can see it or not. That's Jason's chrome.
Yeah.
I have not seen, not even Alclad's chrome compares to this. This stuff is phenomenal. I sprayed these, and it was so easy to do with it. You put the gloss black down. First, I primered it with the black. Then I used the gloss black, which just light coats, and then I did the chrome. And I just did light coats with the chrome, and I think that's got like three light coats on it, and that's it. And that's how much of a shine you have with the chrome. It's incredible. Sir,
Ed, you need some way to gift it to a friend. I don't know what you're doing there.
He needs a way to gift some outlaw paint for a friend. Jeff, email me or go on the web. If you want to call me, I don't care. I'll give you guys my number. It's 870-260-7771. You can call me on that one.
Hang on. What's the phone number?
870-260-7771.
7771.
Yep. You can call me on that. Monday through Saturday. I'll give you my personal one. I really don't care. You know, it doesn't matter if somebody calls me and I don't recognize it. Or actually, I'll just give you my email, and then I can give you my personal one. If you want to email me, you can email me at ed@bobshobbyshopandrc.com.
Hey,
and then
Jason?
I'll give you my personal. I'll be ed@bobshobbyshopandrc.com. You can email me, and I'll give you my personal phone number.
Hey, Jason.
And then,
yes, mate.
The what?
No, I'm sorry, Ed. Finish what you're saying, and then I got a favor, Jason. But go ahead, Ed. I'm sorry.
No, you're all good, man. Yeah,
okay.
Like James, I can talk to you on my personal number on Sundays and stuff or whatever, man. So just email me. Yeah. And then I'll give you my personal number and we can talk, man. And then we can figure everything else out. And like, you know, Jim, if you want my personal number, I'll give it to you. And if you ever want to talk to me about stuff, man, we can talk too, man. So just email me and let me know.
Awesome.
Yeah. Jason, can you go up a couple of comments? My friend Mike's on there. Michael Durantich. Yeah, there you go. That's a guy I used to work with for years. He moved down to South Carolina. He's a cyclist like me. He's a great guy, and I told him about being on here. So everyone say hey to Mike, man. He's a great dude. Hey, Mike. Glad you're here.
Hey,
Mike.
Hey, Mike.
Tuning in.
We're sorry you had to spend so much time with this man.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Welcome to the Aussie Modellers Live Counselling Service.
He remembers the original pork pie hat character, Popeye Doyle. So there you go, from the French Connection. Yeah. But anyway, thanks for putting that up. I wanted to post that.
You're welcome, buddy.
Yeah, thank you. Glad to hear, Mike. Thanks for tuning in and spread the word.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah.
I try to keep it mom and pop, man. I mean, like I said, and Brian was talking about the old Chevys and Fords and Dodges. My logo is a 38 Ford Standard Humpback, which is a car that me and my dad built. So
that's great.
That car is
cool. Yeah,
and it's a very rare car. And so, I mean, that's old steel, and that car is all steel. There is no fiberglass in that car anywhere. That car is all steel, So, I mean, you see the cars like that and you appreciate them all. And you get to the newer cars now and they're junk. So, it blows.
Don't even lean against them.
Yeah. And you get a dent. My dad, that car, I dropped my bike on it when I was a kid. I was working on my bicycle next to it. I had my BMX. And I took the front wheel off my BMX and I had it on the handlebars. Well, I accidentally hit the side of it and my bike went up against the side of my dad's car and gouged the side of the paint, but it didn't even scratch the metal. It just scratched the paint and that was it. And I was shitting bricks. I was trying to hide. My dad come out there and I was hiding it, and he seen it. He came inside and what happened to my car? And I started crying, man. I think I was like 7 or 8 years old. And I started crying, man. I was like, I'm sorry. But if you would have done that to a newer car, it would have put a dent in the side of the newer car and gouged it all the way down.
Yep.
Hey,
yeah, well,
thanks for popping in,
definitely made a different material. That's for sure. Yeah. Yeah, there's the old saying is they don't make them like that anymore.
Nope.
No, you can't, man.
Well,
I'm proud of that.
Hey, Bryce here. How are you, buddy? So Scar Model Outlaw is he's filling up his cart. So yeah, that's awesome.
I told him Mike is. He got his icky sticky order. Me and him were kind of emailing each other back and forth a little bit, and he was stoked about that. And I knew as soon as I started telling him about Outlaw, and the next thing you know, he's sitting there filling his cart. And yeah, Jeff, please
you want to go half try some Outlaw.
The info to the Boonville, Arkansas guy.
Yeah, if you reckon you get a buzz from testers, glue and paint, don't use the spray booth with Outlaw. You'll get a high.
Yeah. I know what Mike's talking about. That's Ed and Jim. I'm sure you can probably relate to. You remember that orange tube blue testers made?
Oh yeah,
that stuff was brutal.
Yeah, that stuff was awesome.
Oh, that's definitely clear out the sinuses.
I used to see guys in the park, the local park. They would put that in a paper bag, and like the old spray paint. They sniff that, get themselves a big rush out of it. It's like, whoa! Man, that stuff was so vicious. Oh, it smelled freaking awful.
That stuff smelled awesome.
I remember what he's talking about. Yeah.
I love the old dope for tissue paper.
The what?
I'll tell you what, a lot of that newer acrylic paint has got some. I mean, lacquer paint has got some really strong stuff. That to me, a lacquer. Woo, man, you better have a window open working with that stuff.
Why?
Paint,
that's the whole point of building a model.
When I built my RC planes or control line planes, used to have to use tissue paper. No, Jeff, tissue paper and dope. And you paint it on and it stretches out with tissue.
Yeah.
That stuff would send you.
Yep. Yep. Oh, that dope. That stuff was nasty. In fact, when we were kids,
For a reason.
you couldn't buy that stuff at the local hobby shop unless you had your dad with you. You know, I'm talking when I was 10, 12 years old. You had to have an adult with you to buy stuff like that dope because it was so nasty and vicious. They wouldn't just sell it to a kid. You had to make sure you were getting it for a good reason. So your dad had to be there.
Well, hey, anyway, guys, we've been at it for nearly 2.5 hours.
Sweet.
Really?
Yeah, it's been
Time
awesome.
flies when you're having fun.
I think we'll have a finish off our Sundays here in Australia and you guys there. And thanks all everybody that's jumped in the chat. I hope you've liked it. If you don't, that's cool. You can just like the videos. Next week is 6 p.m. here. And it's been a great catch up with all you guys. I'm sure I'll be talking to you somehow during the week. Stay safe to everybody that's watched and you guys as well. And have a good rest of your Sunday.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks,
man.
everyone, for
Appreciate
tuning in.
Jim,
And thanks, everyone here for
talking
being
to you
here.
soon, man.
Yeah, thanks everybody that was watching. Good to meet everyone.
Turn up properly next week, Jimmy.
Oh, we froze right at the end.
Which
you
one
might
you
actually
talking
turn
to?
up on time.
Which Jim you talking to, Jason?
Jimmy on the bottom.
What's that?
Yeah, I sent him the link, and he was about an hour late. But that's okay.
Oh, regarding last week. Hey, I was late too. Don't
Not
forget.
you. No, you're
late
right,
too.
mate. You were out of sleep and you're old.
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
funny.
Well,
All right, boys
I'll
and
make
girls,
sure I
take
set
care.
my alarm.
All
Right
right.
all. Thanks, everybody,
Right
man.
on.
You guys
Take
be
Take
good.
care,
See
guys.
you
Bye now.
later.
Bye.